hours before we find
Show
out.
us your show us your apartment. All right,
Oh no.
All right, so
What's going on?
okay, I just unmuted everybody. I mean, muted everybody for a second. I mean, a lot of reverb, which means if you're sitting with somebody else on this nearby, it's reverberating in the back. So if you've got two devices, right?
Can't
In fact,
unmute me.
Liz off. Liz.
Also,
So
is there another one of you with a goatee on?
always one. All right. All right. So make sure that you turn your speaker down all the way. So there's two things. There's a muting, and there's your speaker. Okay. So there's two things. So if you've got two devices near each other speaking out, we're getting this whirlwind, and that's why we keep hearing that. So I'll unmute everybody in just a second. I'll let you guys sort of deal with
Now, I'm waiting.
But that was a big thing between Aunt Estelle and Aunt Betty, and we're here with Liz and me and all that stuff. So I'll let you guys kind of figure that out. So I'll unmute everybody, and you guys can unmute yourselves anyway. But that was just a way of the leader of the Seder taking control. And now we will.
We can't see Betty and Estelle.
I have a
For happy
question.
hour. Everybody should be unmuted now.
Okay, who's the control
Jeremy's
freak?
coming. I have a question.
No. Oh, can you speak up. You should be unmuted now, no?
I can only see 9 rectangles.
I can see you.
You.
You got your mask on.
Jeremy?
Hey.
Jeremy! And Leslie!
Jared, where are you?
Hey, guys.
Jared, are you all? You guys are all at the same time table, but only one is not muted. Is that it?
Oh, because there's feedback. Oh, try that.
You might have to just use one between you.
We are
This
just.
is so close.
We are using one between us.
Why are there two screens for Jeremy?
They have 2 different.
I gotta go around my hands.
And they're next to each other.
It will be there.
Let's just use none.
Where's Estelle?
Changing.
Estelle is talking to our accountant.
Stuart's back.
Oh,
You see what Stuart?
Can't find the.
did you see the Saturday night Seder?
Ah, we can see
The
Estelle's
whole
sibling.
building is 300 more than
Where's Jim?
so I have no idea. Hi, people. Do you see people?
Well, I don't see you.
I don't see you, Betty.
I don't see Estelle.
You have to see Estelle.
There's Estelle.
Oh, it's your dad?
Dad, you took our idea. We were scrolling through past the background.
I don't see Jeremy.
I don't see Jeremy or Estelle or Betty.
And your pictures.
Wait, does everybody not see everybody? You have to be in the gallery view.
Gallery view, and sometimes there's 2 pages, and you have to just scroll.
Right.
Go up on the right-hand corner.
It says gallery view.
The right-hand corner or the left-hand corner?
Upper right hand, it says speaker view.
And gallery view.
Left-hand corner?
Gallery view.
No, I don't see where it says gallery.
For transparency.
Speaker view.
But are you recording this?
Screen photo, window,
It says camera, and it has a picture.
It says screen photo, cloud box, Dropbox.
Cursor up
To
to the right side. Right upper side.
Put the cursor up.
Let me turn my volume down.
Oh, it's on the, wait, May?
Muting everybody again. Hi, Jim. Okay, so I'm going to show everybody my screen for a second here. And I did this earlier. How do I do that again? Let's see here. We did that earlier today. Where? Oh, share screen. There we are. Okay, here we go. All right. So everybody should see my screen, right? Okay. This is killing Ariana. Sorry, Ari. Okay. So I want to show you a couple quick things here. It's funny how it's hard to see. And go to Dropbox, screenshots. Okay, so what I'm showing you is a picture of, I guess, gallery view. So this is how you see everybody. And the way you switch it, if you're on a computer, it's here. You just press, you're going to click something that's a toggle. It goes between gallery and speaker view. Here's the other one. So if you don't see everybody and it looks something like this, it might be on your side. What happens is who's ever dominating the speaking moment pops up in the center. You don't see everybody. You have to click over here to sort of see them. So you'd have to click this thing, this little Brady Bunch thing, to get back to here, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna, do I stop share? Let's stop share. And I'm gonna go back to gallery view. And I'm going to, how do I let everybody talk again? Go to participants, I'm gonna unmute all. There you are. Okay, does that make sense?
Stuart, we see 9 squares. We're missing people here.
We've got how many squares, guys?
It was.
You want to get gallery?
Or combine it?
Sure.
Look at my appearance. I got one.
Get online, Jim. I want to take a picture.
Muted.
Jim, get online. I want to take a picture.
I haven't muted anybody. I unmuted
We don't
everybody.
have that. I want to take a picture.
And now you know why we started this whole thing early.
Why not? Let's go like that. I don't even see your name. I don't even see your name. Yeah, you're.
I don't see Wendy. I don't see Jeremy. Is Jeremy on?
Or
Do the Brady Bunch one?
Jeremy,
I don't see Jeremy. I don't see Wendy.
And Betty, are you in the gallery view that I just explained?
Yeah, but we can't do it, Stuart.
I can't find the gallery. Oh, let's see. It's over there.
It's up in the upper right.
Right, like to the
No,
corner.
we've gotten all those.
It says,
It
it
was
says
Like this.
mute
No.
of video. Wait,
There are actually
share
previous
content,
devices.
participants, more, maybe more.
Betty, for a second, while she figures that out.
Say, no, we don't have gallery.
It's kind of like the one. Where is it, Jim?
I have it down below, or you just have to suffer
With
through
the
seeing
gallery.
people that are speaking and not the people that are speaking.
Wait.
I turned my sound down.
Okay.
See it.
So, I don't know.
Okay,
First
mine's out.
of all, okay.
Mine off, not yours.
Where's that?
How do you get rid of that
You
echo?
see gallery?
Barbara, I want to take a.
I just see the people you see. I do not see.
I want to take this opportunity to introduce Leslie, if you haven't met Leslie.
Okay, let's.
We
And
don't
then
see
mute
that.
everybody for a
We
second,
don't see
except
Jeremy.
Leslie.
We don't see Wendy.
Okay, I'm unmuting Jeremy.
Oh, we're muted.
Okay,
But they just-
so please introduce Leslie to the group.
Hi guys, I'm Leslie, and if you guys know, I'm Jeremy's girlfriend. Yeah, I haven't seen most of you guys, so I'm introducing myself right now. It's glad and honored to be being part of this family thing with you guys. Yeah,
Great.
Passover thing. Yeah.
So Passover is a holiday in which you're supposed to drink 4 cups of wine. In this case, Scotches works just fine, as I'm sure Stanley will show you. And and Herb is not Scotch.
You
and
see
Herb.
that?
I'm muting all.
Stop.
Jeremy. All right.
Stuart, can you hear me?
Yes,
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Did you get my message?
Stella and I don't see Stella. I see 2 of me. We don't see Leslie. We don't see Jeremy. We don't see Leah. We don't see Wendy.
You go, Betty, go, take your cursor to the upper right.
I don't have a cursor.
Betty,
You
do
don't have a
you
cursor?
iPads.
All right. I can help you out. Hold on. All right. So, Jeremy, why don't you say something and see if it pops up in Aunt Betty's window?
It's Betty. Hey.
Nope.
You're not doing it.
And I have 2 windows. Estelle doesn't have a window.
I'm windowless.
All right, well, we practiced before and there was the 2 views, so I'm not quite sure. Is there an arrow to change the direction of the person?
This is a riot. Did you get a?
Turn your sound off.
No one can see you, Estelle.
Mine are better.
Here's the problem.
Did anybody see me ask?
Can anyone see Estelle?
Yeah, we can see you.
Just stand I think they can't hear me if I turn my sound down, Jim.
I'm gonna mute everybody here.
Yeah, but the two computers might be backfeeding, but
Well, why don't you turn it off?
I did, and it didn't work. It seemed like yours is still going.
So there's,
That
They
echo.
can't
okay,
hear
I'm
you.
gonna mute everyone one more time before we get.
They had to pick you up on my mic.
Gary, can
I can hear you right now. I just muted everybody. All right, so Aunt Betty, can you please take your phone maybe and take a picture of your screen and text it to me? Because you're using an iPad, I'm on a computer, so it's a little bit different. That'd be a good thing. And Jim is correct. When you have more than one device active in a nearby place, there's a microphone and there's a speaker. So one device should have the speaker set down to all the way down to 0, right? Because if both have sound, then it's going around and swirling around. So in my home, I've got Liz and Leah here. Their volume is at 0. Only my computer's sending out volume, so it's not coming back through theirs. I think the Thomases basically have this one down. So good job for the Thomases. All right, Aunt Betty is going to send me that in a second. I'm going to unmute everybody in a second right now.
Oh, Auntie Wendy's raising her hand.
Oh, she's unmuted now.
And then you get an echo thing going too.
Somebody needs to tell Estelle
They
that
don't
she
even have you.
screen.
they're not there.
We can see Aunt Estelle, but we can't see her
She
face.
needs to adjust this.
Needs to adjust the camera. So
I can't see her. I see 2 of me.
I see two.
Oh,
of them.
Estelle, you,
And Estelle sees 2 of me.
yeah.
Estelle doesn't see her face.
Screen back a little bit.
Oh, you're right. Well, that is you. I thought that. Okay, Aunt Estelle's. I get it. Aunt Estelle. I understand what's happening.
It's two.
So on your iPad, you have a camera in the front and a camera in the front here
In the back.
and in the back. She's currently using the camera pointing at you.
Yeah.
So how do I fix it?
Turn it
So,
around.
Okay, that's a good question. So I'm sure if you press.
The camera.
Hold on, I need a drink. I'm sure if you press the screen,
No, I really can't.
you'll get something that
What'd you
looks
say?
like, when you're playing with your camera on the normal iPhone,
Now I have you. Now I have you in the space where
Okay,
Estelle
I
should
fixed
be.
that.
There.
Hey!
Yeah, okay, I have you, but I don't have Estelle, and I don't have
Estelle?
anybody
You
else.
don't have it
And
now.
Aunt Estelle.
No,
You have 2 of you?
no, I have 1 of me, but I don't have Estelle.
Okay, well,
I'm
she's right in
missing
front of you.
What's that picture?
She's right in front of you, don't sweat it.
Okay.
Okay. This is really humorous.
We would have called earlier, but our accountant called and we've been talking to him for a half hour.
Okay.
Wendy, you can take a snapshot with the computer.
Ari's getting ready.
What are you doing?
Ari's putting
I
makeup.
saw that.
I love it, Ari.
Are you guys on the same table?
Yes, if he has.
I made
to.
Benjamin believe you all.
Gary, are you guys are on the same table?
Do you see gallery except for not everybody?
No, I don't see gallery.
Yeah, the words coming out of my mouth.
I don't see, I see gallery, but not everybody.
Well, that's what I just
Yeah.
said.
Right.
Jeremy?
Well, you don't see 2 of you, but you
No,
don't see me.
because you were here, and I don't see you.
Jeremy,
Yeah, what's going on?
can you see us? Because we have 2
Can you
pages for
see us?
gallery. Can you
Yeah, I
see
can
us?
see you guys. Yeah, I can see everybody. We're good.
We can only see, we have 2 pages.
We
for
got 2
gallery.
pages of gallery.
I think you gotta.
You have 2 pages of gallery? How do you get to the second page?
Just swipe left or swipe right.
Swipe left.
It looks like sunshine.
Now, now we get the rest of you. So you can't see everybody at one time?
We can.
I can.
We
You
can.
can't see everybody at one time.
No.
We can.
Why didn't you tell us that?
We can.
Why didn't you tell us? Hi,
I have a question.
Leslie!
Oh, I can see you, but unless you can't.
She's getting the whole picture, Jeremy.
Jeremy, can you
Gotta
that
begin.
thing?
Oh yeah, check it out.
Aunt Betty?
Oh, that's what it was.
Get in.
He has that skinny background. That's
That's
awesome.
what it was. Leslie.
So now, so we have to switch to see. Leah! Hi, Wendy.
All right.
So we have to switch back and forth to see people. Is that it?
Yes.
Let me go back.
Who keeps moving us around?
But, Aunt Betty, are you sure that only one of you, and Estelle, you has your volume up? 'Cause I'd like.
I have the volume.
Bottom.
I know the volume.
Bottom, and then we moving around.
Because God forbid I shouldn't have
Oh,
my
I
own
don't know
volume.
about
I call it with squares. It's like we're moved around.
And okay, that's fine. We're gonna have a little bit of reverb. This
That's cool doing that?
Are the Thomases clear that only one person has volume on? Because our other one's muted? Okay.
No, ask Mrs.
Okay.
I love it. Jeremy, the
Numbers
best
are
way.
good, I know that. So we got the Mednicks and we got the other Mednicks. I think it's the Mednicks.
Where'd Stan go?
All right, good.
This is Seder.
So we could just see, we could see half of the people at one time.
Look, Leah, you're already down.
I got it.
Wendy, good job.
You see that?
I'd like
This
to
is, but I want to have to keep going back and forth. I want to see everybody all the time.
Turn on your thing, your phone.
All right.
Hi, Wendy. I'm showing you.
Oh, nice. You got a mask.
What is that?
She's got the mask.
Jen, how you doing over there? Is it working out for you?
Hi, Liz.
Yeah.
Leslie, are you leaving on Monday?
Hi, Ari.
Hi.
Are you going back on Monday, Leslie,
Oh,
still?
yeah, I'm going back on Monday. Yeah, my flight is like 11:30 in the night.
Oh, good for you. Make sure you come back.
Yeah, month and a half.
Okay, good. Good.
Okay, so who does not? I'm going to change my background here. Sorry.
See, they didn't tell us you had to have two screens.
Didn't I?
That was the whole thing. You had to have two screens once we got you on and me on.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Does anybody
Stuart.
have a
You did
screen?
practice with us. You
I'll
were
log it
good.
on. Who does not have one besides Ariana?
Uh-oh.
Mihai doesn't.
Ariana, you still didn't find it?
Ariana, did you get the envelope from Jeremy?
I didn't
What's up?
have a hug on it.
Did you get the envelope from Jeremy?
I delivered.
Somebody's reverbing. All right.
Who says that?
Anyway, Ari, I have a section for you.
Sheldon is not.
So
which one do you have?
Oh my God. Actually, closer, better fix that. You know, sometimes Zoom.
They can hear you.
All right, everybody.
Gosh, let me take away my.
So,
Ari, you didn't have the, you lost it?
Maybe.
Want to have
okay,
this
so
already?
is everybody about ready to begin?
Yes.
No.
No wonder, I have two of them.
On the middle of the wall.
Okay, it'll be better.
Great idea.
Okay, here we go.
Dad, it looks like you decided to join on your own. Can you mute your phone or iPad or something?
But we're trying to work it so we can see
They're gone.
Turn this one off. We need some wine, Daddy.
Oh, yeah. Some water?
Well, you can bring her up.
So, Dad, I see that you're on one of your devices.
Here you go.
Not the one that says Barbara Levitt. The other one, is that right?
Beside me. Tell us about it, babe.
Sheldon?
Hold it in front.
Okay.
We don't have
Sheldon?
Stu.
Sheldon's face is not showing.
Oh, and,
Oh, because you're together.
Sheldon, can you hear me?
Sheldon, can you hear him?
I can hear you.
Okay, it looks like you have a device on, right?
Yeah.
Not the one, yeah, the second one that you just had on. Can you please remove that?
Wait,
Well, then we can't.
we're trying to see.
The
if
sound
we-
is down.
He's in Israel?
Well, I
That's
think that
my
reverb started.
Passover Seder meal.
Let's not be- We'll do it, you can add later, but let's just, we're getting.
I removed it.
Okay, it's gone.
Okay,
I brought Hanukkah eggs.
all right,
Where's the backup?
so,
Sorry, guys, I brought Hanukkah eggs.
Yeah.
we're gonna have some reverb.
Is Stuart in Israel?
Back of the seas.
Guys, so,
Here we go.
I am quite cognizant of the fact that it's difficult to get a Passover Seder
Yeah.
together
Well, then let me do mine.
quickly.
Oh, everybody.
We're
Turn mine down.
all
You turn
virtually
it
together, and I intend to go through this relatively quickly. And I've basically signed everybody something. Everybody's got a part,
Fine.
and so we're not going to
How do you do that background?
We're going to be, and if that's okay, we can start. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
How come it says recording?
So we were going to start with Liz is going to
Did we lose Stan
do
from
the candles and the prayers.
Ask my
They
permission.
got bored.
Hi, Garrett.
You need to ask my permission to record this.
Come on.
All right, we'll begin.
Sing.
Thank
Man.
you. Very nice, Liz. Thank you very much. And
So
Liz,
that's
if
what
you
it
would
was. I
please
couldn't
turn to
remember.
page
I know,
6
you have to do this.
and do
You
the
have to keep going back and forth.
twice from our newest.
Betty, don't talk. Hi, Leah.
All who are enslaved throughout the world
Vice versa, vice
come
versa.
to know freedom. May all who are free appreciate the blessings of abundance. May all of us dwell in the house of God and give thanks for our good fortune as we celebrate these rituals of Passover.
They can't see you?
It's not on the page.
Okay, so I think what we're gonna do at the moment is, I'm gonna just kind of mute people. And then as it's your turn, then I'll unmute you just so we don't get this reverb going on.
Good idea.
All right. Okay. So we're moving right along. Next is me. So we're on page 10. We begin the Seder. So we're going to fill the glass of the person sitting next to you. Does everybody have a glass filled of wine or scotch or whiskey or anything? And we will say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our Lord, creator of the universe, who creates the fruit of the wine. Okay. The vine, I mean. Fruit of the wine and the vine. All right, so we're gonna drink our first glass of wine while reclining. So this is a holiday where we get to recline big time. And we need to. There's no drinking and driving tonight, so you can fill those glasses high. All right, and just explaining this, maybe you can turn your computer and point to things. So we're gonna wash our hands. Maybe you'll wash your hands, ritualistic, boom, boom, boom. And turn your computer and point out that we have carpus, which are vegetables. So this is a good time for everyone to dip. We may be going a little bit out of order. This may not be totally kosher, but everyone can dip their vegetable into salt water if you have it. If not, you can pretend to. What's up, Ari? And recite the blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri ha'adamah, or something like that. And everyone can now eat their vegetables. Okay. Now I'm gonna break the middle matzah, please. Give me matzah. Boom, boom, boom. And I break it, and I'm gonna hide it, and I'm putting it in the house that is not yet rebuilt. Okay? So whoever finds it gets a big prize. All right? You get a call from AAA. All right, very good. All right, we are gonna move on for Shell.
I think it's
Dad,
in
if
the
you could
garage.
please move to page 12 and read page 12 for us.
Once we were slaves to the pharaohs in Egypt, and God's mighty hand feed us. Had God not freed the Israelites, we might still be slaves in Egypt. So on this night, we tell the story of Passover and give praise to God.
Thank you. All right. Which means there's all sorts of questions, and to ask these questions for us, we're asking Jared on page 14 to read the English. Everybody gets to drink. We don't get to drink yet, but we do get to refill our wine glass, by the way. So Jared, if you have a Haggadah, if you wouldn't mind reading the questions. There.
Fill the wine glass
I think we found some reverb. Go for it.
of the person sitting next to you. Don't drink it yet. Why is this night different from all other nights? This night is different in many ways. Which of these are the most meaningful to you? On all other nights, you may eat tamez and matzah, but on this night, only matzah. On all other nights, we eat vegetables, but on this night, why only maror? On all other nights, we don't dip even once, but on this night, why do we dip twice? On all other nights, we can eat either sitting up or reclining, but on this night, why do we all recline?
Those are interesting questions.
On this night, we eat no hamez, only matzah. Not only because it is command by God in the Torah.
Oh, Jared, do you mind if I stop you for a second?
But because it reminds us of our ancestors' haste.
Jared, can I stop you for a second?
Egypt. They had no time to let their dough rise and bake their bread properly, resulting in hard, flat crackers we call matzah. On this night, we taste the bitterness of maror to remind us of the bitter lives of slavery to our ancestors endured. On this night, we dip twice, once with a vegetable into salt water to remind us of the tears shed by our ancestors, and once with maror into haroset to remind us of the mortar we used to lay the bricks of the pharaoh's palaces. On this night, we recline like ancient royalty while eating. We lean to the left, emphasizing our feeling of freedom and good fortune.
Great. Thank you so much, Jared. You not only asked the questions, you answered them, and that's it was good. Can you hear me? What's that mean, Jared? Jerry, what does that mean?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, super. Okay, so Leah, would you please, I'm gonna unmute you and mute me, would you please read the 4 questions in Hebrew?
Unmute.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Mani shana halayla hazeh mikol halilot shebechol halilot anu achlin hamet umatzah halayla hazeh kulo matzah shebechol halilot anu achlin sha'ar yirakot halayla hazeh maror shebechol halilot ein anu matbilim afilu pa'am echat halayla hazeh shtei fa'anim Shebechol halelot anu achlin ben yoshvin uvein mesubin halayla hazeh kulanu mesubin.
Great. Thank you very much, sweetheart.
Are we gonna sing them?
Me. Okay. Thank you. All right, Stan the man, would you please read page 16 and 17 for us? Looks like you unmuted yourself. Good job.
You mean with the what?
We're going to talk the 4 children. So yeah, page 16 and 17.
Child, correct?
I'm sorry?
The wise child?
We can start on 16.
Oh, 16.
16 and 17.
In the Torah, we are commanded 4 times, each in a different way, to teach our children the story of Passover. This suggests there are 4 types of children, each of whom learns in a different way. Do I do 17?
Yes, please.
The wise child might be studious or innately smart. They pay attention to detail and enjoy learning. This child needs opportunities to discover the meaning of Passover on their own. Provide the tools to do so and explain why we tell the story of Passover each year, even if we already know it. The wicked child, you know who you are, is probably not really wicked, only rebellious. They'd rather be doing something else. Show them what they're missing by telling this compelling story. Encourage them to participate. The simple child needs short, easy to understand explanations. You may have to provide the same explanation more than once. Keep things simple. and teach them the general meaning of Passover without the details until they're ready to learn more. Be patient and they'll learn to appreciate the meaning of the holiday. The young child, I don't see any, is unable to ask a question or may not know what to ask. Explain the meaning of Passover in a way they can understand. Make them feel included in the festivities. That means you, Shelley.
Thank you very much. Excellent. So the next one is for Jeremy and Leslie, which you know how to unmute yourself, I assume? Yes. So I would ask that you guys just switch off every other paragraph. It's so cute.
We weren't always slaves in Egypt. The story of how we became slaves in the pharaohs of Egypt and ultimately how we were freed is really the basis for the story of Passover, the part of history that belongs to all of us.
This story has been passed on from generation to generation, and tonight especially, if there are children present, we're hoping to pass on important traditions. By telling this story year after year, we will never forget our oppression or take our freedom for granted.
Many years ago in the land of Egypt, Joseph, the son of Jacob and Rachel, became an advisor to Pharaoh.
Joseph's specialty was interpreting dreams, and sometimes he would even predict the future from a dream. One night, Pharaoh had a frightening dream that only Joseph could interpret. It foretold that Egypt could soon experience 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine.
Based on Joseph's advice, Pharaoh made preparations for the famine. The land of Egypt not only survived, it prospered. Pharaoh was thankful and Joseph's family lived in peace for many years. Their descendants became known as Israelites.
Years later, after Joseph and all of his brothers had died, a new Pharaoh came to rule. The Pharaoh did not know Joseph and all that he had done for the Egyptians. All he knew was that the Israelites were healthy and fertile, and their population was rapidly growing.
This alarmed the Pharaoh. His advisors told him that in the event of war, the Israelites may take the enemy's side and they would be outnumbered. Pharaoh decided that the best thing to do was drown any newborn Israelite boys in the river, limiting their population growth. The remaining Israelites were made slaves and were forced to do hard labor, including making bricks from clay and straw. Okay.
So I guess Andrew Yang's not going to be able to say anything in there, huh? Your background?
Would be less paragraphs for us. Would be nice.
Okay. So Aunt Betty, would you mind reading page 20, please? Wait. Let me unmute you. Start over.
Okay. The Egyptian soldiers tried to kill the baby boys of the Israelites, but many of them were saved by the brave Hebrew midwives and some kind-hearted Egyptians. Aram and I think I need to get a pair of glasses. I'll be right back. Now I'm going to take mine.
All right.
Game called on a case of eyesight.
So tell us what your accountant said while we wait.
He said we got two of the same thing, and one of them says the feds withheld 665, and one says they withheld 365.
Okay. Avram and Yocheved, a Hebrew couple, were desperate to save the life of their child. To avoid detection from Egyptian soldiers, they placed the baby in a basket made of reed and pitch. Quietly, they made their way to the banks of the Nile and placed him in the river amongst the reeds. Their plan worked. The baby was discovered by Pharaoh's daughter, the princess. She was so smitten with the baby that she decided to adopt him. The princess named the baby Moses because it means brought out from the water. Yocheved had a clever young daughter, Miriam, who was watching. Do you need a nurse to feed and take care of Moses? Asked Miriam. I know a very good one. Miriam ran home, fetched her mother, Yocheved, and brought her back to the Nile where the princess was waiting. Hired as a nurse, Yocheved was able to raise her own son, where he got the best of everything in the palace.
Thank you.
Am I continuing?
Nope. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So Ari, would you please read this portion on page 21?
Yes, I will. Years later, Moses witnessed an Egyptian taskmaster beating an Israelite slave. That's a bummer. Outraged, Moses beat the taskmaster to death. His murderous deed was soon discovered, and he was forced to flee Egypt. Moses walked and walked until he came to a place called Meridian, I can't really see. There was a well there, and being thirsty, he stopped for a drink. Just then, the local priest's 7 beautiful daughters came to the water. By chance! Wow. Unfortunately, some nasty shepherds arrived at the well. They tried to bully the women and scare them from the water. But Moses stepped in and defended the daughters. Their father was so grateful, he invited Moses to live with them. He even gave one of his daughters to be Moses' wife. Years later, while tending to his flock, Moses heard a voice come from a bush. Now, this was no ordinary bush. It was on fire, but was not burning up. The voice said, Moses, I am Lord God, and I have heard the cries of your people in Egypt. Okay, this passage is actually a really pretty passage, and this is not a great summary of it. But, Moses, I am the Lord God, and I have heard the cries of your people in Egypt. You must go and set them free. Moses was aghast. How could I do that? I am just a lowly shepherd and a slow of speech with a damaged tongue. The voice said, you will appear before Pharaoh as your God with your brother Aaron as a prophet. He will do the speaking for you. Yes.
Okay, nice. Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. You know how to move yourself. Thank you very much. Okay, so in transition, so we're gonna have to read all this. Moses went back to Egypt, said, Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh said, no way. And then Frances will help us with page 25. So she's going to list the plagues out for us. And when we do that, as people may recall, you take a knife or fork or whatever, you take some wine or your pinky. Don't do your pinky because it's disgusting. You want to drink that thing, right? And this is age of COVID-19, Jerry. So don't use your fingers unless you got a glove. And with each plague that she lists, just take one little drop and put it on your plate. I'll unmute you, Frances. And wait, hold on a second.
Use your
There, you're unmuted.
You want me to read the 10 plagues?
Yes, please.
Okay. The first one is blood.
Blood.
The second one, frogs. Then lice.
Ooh, lice.
Cattle plague.
Cattle plague.
Oh, I missed flies. Boils. Hail. Locusts. Darkness. And killing of the firstborn.
Yeah, and then we got our own little plague today, don't we?
We do, don't we?
I think that's the 11th one.
The bonus plague. All right. Thank you very much, Francine. Wendy.
Francis, not Francine.
What's that? What's that? Did I say Francis? I said Francine? Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Hey,
Sorry
you
about
and
that.
me,
No problem.
you and me, we gotta talk.
Okay. And Wendy, could you please read for us on page 27, the first paragraph, and if Jim wants to join, he can do the second paragraph, but between your household, if you guys can read page 27, that would be great. Looks like you're unmuted, so good.
Letting my people go. Knowing Pharaoh was not to be trusted, Moses told the Israelites to pack up whatever they could carry and head for the desert immediately. They carried food on their shoulders and brought grain to make bread. When they reached the desert, they made unleavened bread by baking the dough on hot rocks. Today, we call this unleavened bread matzah. You want to read this?
Israelites reached the Red Sea and were surrounded by the Pharaoh's soldiers. Just when it looked like the Israelites were doomed, God instructed Moses, raise your staff toward the sea, and I will send a mighty wind to part the waters. Moses raised the staff, and the sea parted, allowing the Israelites to safely cross. Curious that they were getting away, the soldiers gave chase. Once the Israelites were safely across, Moses held up his staff and the sea closed upon Pharaoh's soldiers, drowning every one of them. Finally, the Israelites were truly free.
Yeah, we saw the 10 Commandments on Wednesday.
I just seen them forever. Did you guys see the new one with Kristen Bale? It was about 5 years, maybe 10 years ago now, actually.
No,
good.
I didn't see that one. We'll have to try it out.
Good. Yeah, you like it. All right. Well, good. So it's that time for us to sing. And we're going to sing Dayenu. I sent the lyrics to everybody, but I have a phone. You don't have them printed out in front of you, so here's my screen. Do I dare unmute everybody?
Yes.
Unmute Ari for sure. Unmute. Okay, so can one person from each family unmute themselves?
Do it, Jerry.
Jerry, okay, I'm going down. Go ahead. Put yours up. Put yours up. Your volume up.
Ariana, got to unmute yourself.
She's unmuted. Oh, she blocked me somehow.
Lower the volume down.
Put the volume
Here we go. Now I'm unmuted.
Thank you, sweetheart. I will unmute Aunt Betty. I'm trying to.
I'm gonna be clapping this whole time too.
All right.
Mom.
That's probably.
Hey.
Where do I unmute?
I unmuted you. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
So you can hear Estelle too? Estelle talk. Yeah. Can you hear Estelle also?
Yes.
Aunt Betty, do you have sound coming out of your iPad?
Sound coming out?
Yes.
Yes.
That was an easy question.
This at the bottom.
So do you have sound coming out of your iPad?
I don't.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
It's on page 40.
So let's give this a go. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Go.
Hosianu,
I think the operative word is die.
Last time.
Celebrate. And by the way,
all right, very good. Wow, this is impressive. Okay, if I could ask Herb and Jerry.
No, we're unmuted now.
Read page 30. We can just jump to page 30. We're not going to point out everything. I said this was not going to be a kosher where we get everything right. So Herb, maybe you can take care of 30 and.
Go to stand at the table.
Mute them all again, Sex. Mute all.
Don't have everybody. Can I have?
Okay, Jerry, maybe you can help her. Herb, how about you just read the English portion and Jerry can do the Hebrew prayer on 8. And then Jerry, you do on 31, and Jerry, you can do page 32. Does that make sense?
For me to read page 30?
31, sorry.
31.
So just that one paragraph in the Torah, God commands.
Okay. Yeah, I'm lost here.
Page
All right.
31 in the Torah commands.
Torah commands. I'm at
Right in the middle. Part 8.
Thank you. And bread. We will fulfill this command by eating matzah. In addition, matzah symbolizes the unleavened bread our ancestors ate while fleeing Egypt. Because they did not have time to allow the dough to rise, They were forced to make their dough before leavening and eat it in the form of hard, flat crackers, which we call matzah.
You want me to read the Hebrew?
Yes.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu, no, asher karoshnu bematsuran natsilanu al akalat matzo.
Nice job.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the universe, who makes us holy with your commandments and has given us the mitzvah of eating matzah.
Thank you. So we're going over the Seder plate, and this year's a special Seder plate with gloves and toilet paper. I'm not a screen. No, yeah, you can see my screen. You can see me. My background.
Oh, your background.
And you got a mask and toilet paper and Clorox. So that's the 2020 edition. All right, Jerry, if you wouldn't mind continuing on page 32.
Wait, we eat the matzah.
Oh, we eat the matzah. Everybody eats matzah. Everybody eats matzah. Eat the matzah. Good matzah.
Jeremy, eat your matzah.
Jerry, can we hear you?
I can hear you. Okay, maror. Blessing over the bitter herbs. Maror symbolizes the bitter life of slavery, while haroset represents the mortar used by the Jewish slaves to build the Pharaoh's cities. Each generation must regard themselves as if slaves to Pharaoh and freed by the mighty hand of God. Dip the maror into the haroset and recite the following blessings. Everybody have your maror and haroset?
We're working on it. Give us a second.
Okay, so you want to get your maror and haroset?
So that's like a horseradish, right?
Also horseradish and then.
Yeah, I'll put a dab on there. Just okay. Now which one's this? This is the haroset. Okay, so this is the apples, right? And the walnut and the cinnamon.
Bitter herbs too.
Yeah.
Can you pass that down to me, Jerry? Okay. All right. On to the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al halidchat moror. Okay. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the universe, who makes us holy with your mitzvot and has given us the mitzvah of eating maror. You can go ahead and eat the horseradish and the haroset together. Make a little sandwich if you'd like.
All right. So to take us home and finish up this portion before our meal, I'd ask Mom to please take care of the two items on page 33. Wait, let me unmute you. Can you say something just to test it?
What?
Okay, I can hear you. All right, good.
Okay. In the days of the Second Temple in Jerusalem, around 75 BCE, Rabbi Hillel used to make a sandwich with Pesach, sacrificial lamb, matzah, and maror. These ingredients were eaten together to satisfy the commandment of eating the Pesach with matzah and bitter herbs. Since we no longer offer sacrifices, no lamb is used. I thought we did this. Using the bottom matzah, we make a sandwich of matzah and maror or chazeret. Haroset may be added to the sandwich as long as the bitter taste is still present. We eat the sandwich and, okay, and then the Seder plate is now removed. Each participant get a hard-boiled egg. It is customary to eat hard-boiled eggs as part of the Seder. Passover is a spring festival, and we now take an egg, dip it in salt water, and eat it as a symbol of springtime and rebirth.
I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Easter, but.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he wants to be part of the thing. Okay. Thank you. All right, so read that. I'm going to unmute everybody, which is going to be chaos, I'm sure. You can choose to mute yourself if you want to.
We can all
Turn
hear
the volume.
you.
Keep this.
I have to say, Cantor's makes delicious haroset.
Do they?
It's very, very good.
Elephant stomach intestine.
Surprisingly good.
I'd have to try it.
Yeah, really excellent.
It's got a lot of wine.
Got a lot of wine.
A lot of wine in it.
You're maybe falling asleep soon.
Lot of
Look
wine
at
in
yours.
it.
Look at yours, huh? Like yours, Jerry?
Mute yourself, honey.
We made
And
ours.
Barbara, did you make yours?
Those, okay.
I have a question. You guys want to do a fun little challenge?
I don't know.
So there's this song playing. It goes do 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 do, and I go do 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 do, right? And then I stop, and then the next part goes do 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 do, and you guys all do it with your head. Do 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 do. It's really funny when you're zooming with a group of people.
What is it?
Wait, repeat it again. Do it. Re-explain it now that we
Okay,
know.
so for example, we're gonna play the song in the background. So I'd go right, and then you'd all do it back at that next part. That do 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 do. Just watch me and Jeremy. Watch me and Jeremy. We'll do it. Yeah?
Where's Jeremy go? We can't see the two of you together.
Get rid of that background because Leslie keeps fading out.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because you go back a little bit and you go into the background. There you are.
We can't see them both. Can you
It's
see
worth forgetting
now?
now.
So I'll just go like this when it's your turn. Okay. All right.
Okay, Jeremy's on the other page. Let's see.
Or like,
Yeah,
all of you
it's
guys,
on the other
it's fine. You
page.
don't need to watch Jeremy. I'll go like this when it's your turn to do 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 do. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna record this because it's funny. Okay. I have to ask permission from Dad.
Yeah, do whatever you
Is
want.
it ready?
Yeah, but
Is
I
that it?
can't press record. Record permission.
It's being recorded. Don't worry about it.
Okay, whatever. You have to send it to me later. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go to the song.
Yeah.
And I will point at you when it's your turn. Okay.
And then after the song, just so you know, you can then rise and go get your food and then bring it back to the table and we'll eat together.
Okay.
All right, please leave.
Wait.
Auntie Jerry's really hungry.
Okay. All right. Are you ready? And
Song's not coming through.
She's not pointing me.
Who's your point?
we tried. We tried. Good effort, everybody! Yay!
Are we done with that?
No, try again. Try again. We didn't hear any music.
You didn't hear it?
Isn't all souls there?
Oh, we didn't hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna play it louder. Did anybody hear the music?
No?
No.
Okay, so
But I heard you. And we saw you.
okay, so I'll play the music from my phone. SpongeBob Head Bop. Okay, here it is. So here's what it sounds like. You guys should be able to hear it better now. That's when I go. And then now you guys go. Right? And then I go.
I think the
Go. Get it? Get it? Get it? Okay. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready for this, guys?
Yes, please, hurry.
Will you record this for me, please?
Yes.
Okay, cool. On your marks, get set. Yeah.
Woo!
We did it! Yay!
That's it?
All right, yeah, that's it.
All right, so everybody go get their food.
I didn't know we were all supposed to do it at the same time.
That was just amazing.
Yes.
It's like, why? Yeah.
Okay. Go get your food or whatever. Come back, take your time. If you step away, I suggest you simply mute your. I'm not going to control anybody's mute unless you want me to. I suggest you walk away just so all that noise doesn't happen.
You want salad?
Somehow.
How do you turn it off? I don't want it recording for the whole time.
Yes.
So now we're getting our food, is that it?
I just told you, Jim.
All right, go get your food.
You're not
You'll get the food.
Oh, you gotta ask the host.
Wait, wait, see if it's done. Huh?
What's wrong with the lighting? I hope it's good.
All right.
You did it.
Are we all talking or not?
Wait a second.
Stuart?
So, Herb, I'm on the other side of that tree. I'm waving.
I know. I see you.
Why is it reversed? Or maybe that's just because of the way the cameras are.
It's probably because of the way the cameras are.
So when I see myself, the camera is over my left shoulder. Is that on your? Well, I guess.
When I see you, it's on your left shoulder. Yeah. And when I see me, it's on my left shoulder.
Yeah, it's reversed.
I never know if we can, who can hear anybody. How do we ever know who can hear anybody?
We can hear you well.
We can hear me. So Ari, what food did you make?
Leslie.
I
Are you
Like your screensaver.
What did you make?
Oh, sorry.
barely made it on time, so I didn't make it.
Oakland?
But you have something to eat, right?
I have a lot of food. I ate a lot before, and I have a ton in the fridge that I will cook.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. Jeremy, what are you guys doing?
We made some matzo pasta.
Oh, you did? What's it look like?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
It's
Raise your hand if you believe Jeremy.
What?
I believe everything and everybody.
Can't make anything.
We have to have pancakes.
Lavender.
No?
It's like cheese.
Yeah,
Like a
Jeremy, you're
fortune
literally
cookie.
eating cheese.
These look good, but yeah.
It's pasta.
Hey, Leslie, are you leaving from San Francisco or Oakland?
I'm leaving from San Francisco. We don't have any flights from Oakland.
Yeah.
And don't worry, I'll be.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Jim.
Stan, what did you make?
Oh, that soup looks good.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I think you're.
You put these in the kitchen, please.
I can't hear you, Stan. Oh yeah. What did you make?
Made some matzo ball soup.
Oh yeah. I have matzo ball soup. We picked up from Cantor's. It's very good.
Bye, guys.
What, honey? No, it won't. Just put it on high.
Oh, there you are. Hey.
Hey, Stuart, is your watch working?
Wendy, this is from the deli you got?
Well, right now.
Oh, you'll be
How is it?
It's delicious.
that happens sometimes.
Eddie, I made my own
Yeah,
stuff.
send a picture.
Ours from Cantor's is very good too.
What is
It's
that
amazing. They give the
Yeah, Cantor's.
stuffing
This is what it looked like
and
before.
potato
Bob-
pancakes.
Let me see. Oh, like that.
Wendy, how
Yeah,
many come?
really good. You got harosas and a salad and
We got stuffing in ours too.
Yeah. Now, how are you showing that, Wendy? How are you showing that?
I took a picture of it before I assembled it. That's how it came in the little box.
So I'm gonna make a picture and I'll show you what we have.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, we have the dressing too, right? Dressing too.
This is really hot. We've got like major steam on our soup here.
Is it really? Really hot?
The dressing is hot.
We got it at Weiler's and we put it
And they gave us,
How is it?
on a very low heat the entire time.
show them the
Can you
lights.
see, Wendy?
What are you eating, Jeremy?
This is what we got from Cantor.
Pasta?
We got, they gave us dressing, and this chicken here, this is one serving. This is one, we have a whole, this much besides.
Yeah.
Lots of carrots, lots of roses, potato pancakes.
Stuffing.
Stuffing. What did you get from Maria's? Liz, what did you get from Maria's?
Enchiladas. No?
Enchiladas from Maria's?
No, it sounds like it would, yeah.
Roberto.
You want some?
You guys get that deli?
Take it back with me.
Rigoberto's burrito.
Herb, what Jerry, I assume he made something and didn't order out the rest of us.
Didn't order out?
Show them Elijah's glass, baby.
You know?
Whatever you're having.
No? Okay.
Here's our glass for Elijah. Coming any minute.
Here's my glass from Elijah. It's called McCallum.
Where is it?
Francis, how are you guys doing out there?
How do we change
This
our
is good warmed
background?
up.
I don't think I'm either.
No.
Can you hear us?
Herb did it too, look. He's on an island.
Dan, can you hear us?
No, Francine.
I don't think so.
I think
This Zoom takes a little bit getting used to. Jeremy, you're blocked.
Stan,
No. There. Now I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you,
me?
Jeremy. You didn't say anything, but I can hear you
Yes.
too.
Oh, yeah. Where'd Ari go?
She's doing this.
Any questions?
And Sagas. She'll be back.
So Herb, are you there? It looks like Herb froze. For God or new? You can
Knows how to put
Herb, maybe
something
not for anything else.
Instructions on the.
Is it? You don't need it all.
Look at us.
There he is.
There you are.
This
Hey,
is
Herb,
warmed up.
you already made something or did you guys order out?
Take it now, because it's warm.
Is that what it is?
Very good.
Red,
I will.
but it won't be real long.
I'm taking this away.
You don't have to take it away, you just leave it in and take it.
We're going for the main meal.
No, this is actually warm.
Our Leslie.
We're gonna microwave?
Yeah.
And they're good.
A little.
And Estelle, what are you eating? The same thing she is, or do you got something else?
Jeremy and Leslie, are you guys eating something?
Potato pancake stuff?
No, not now.
Yeah, is Jeremy eating something?
What's up?
What are you
What are
eating?
you guys eating?
Matzo pasta.
But we just finished.
Matzo. That's
Matzo pasta.
Egg salad with two things in it.
Oh, was I
So
muted?
they gave us carrots and everything. Hi, Leah. Hi.
I'm missing Leah.
I'm gonna let the dog out for a second.
Leah!
All right.
Hi, Leah, hi.
Have it for tomorrow night.
What do you think, that's the dressing now?
I'm gonna taste it.
Warmed up is better.
Well, I tell you, this Cantor's servings are so huge.
They're really good.
It'll last for many, many days. How many more days of Passover do we have? It's gonna last. Yeah.
Boy, they were, and they had so many to-go orders, you know, people, whatever they do, either Instacart or whatever they were using, because people were picking up a whole bunch of orders with different dresses to drop them off. It was a very busy place. What do you think?
Yeah, our matzo ball soup is basically a meal.
I thought this started.
Basically what?
Hi.
Hi, Nia.
Hey,
Look how
Nia.
big he is.
Aw.
Nobody.
Hi, Nihai.
Hi. Hello. He's like, what am I doing up here?
Hi, Francis and Stan.
Leah, stand up so we can see your dress.
Hi, Stan and Francis.
Thank you. Okay.
I mean, your jumpsuit.
It's pretty.
I don't think you can hear me. Yeah, I'm saying hi.
Very nice, gorgeous color.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Gorgeous color. Very nice, thank you. Can people hear Estelle?
Who your microphone? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I said hi to everybody
yeah.
individually.
Sometimes if somebody else is speaking from any place else, it just stops the sound.
Okay.
So I have to go very slow.
What do you think of the,
Delicious.
isn't it good? I'm surprised. It's very good.
Pretty good, huh? Still salty.
Pretty salty. It's
Can't have much. In my view, can't have much.
Are you staying in the house?
We are all staying in the house.
I don't think Francis can hear.
Oh, Francis is blocked.
Thank you very much.
They're muted over
I
there.
don't know. This is almost
Francis
as
is muted.
this is almost as good as nothing.
You won't find me.
Yeah.
There you are.
Wow.
Hi, Francis.
Hi,
Where did you get the food? Did you make it or did you get it somewhere?
Dan made some chicken, asparagus. We made it's homemade
Potatoes?
potatoes.
Nice.
Of course.
You guys been staying in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, we probably have a couple more months of this.
Mm-hmm.
So Leslie, now what are things in South Korea? They're supposed to be really in good shape now. So are people having to stay in?
No, I don't think they have shelter in place, but like people are wearing masks around and like
They are, but they can go out, restaurants open and stuff?
yeah, people are starting to go out. Like,
Leslie, I read today that there were 19 reinfected, they thought, cases of COVID in South Korea.
reinfected cases?
That's what I read. They weren't sure, they thought they got reinfected.
Yeah, the Asian countries have seen a bit of a rebound from what I've read.
Yeah, but I heard like most of the cases was people like flying over from like the States and Europe and stuff.
There are mushrooms in this field.
Or like people coming from outside from Korea.
Oh, I hope so.
I don't think I watched it.
Yeah.
These are very good, Estelle.
Besides our masks and gloves, we've added another layer.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Very fashionable.
How fashionable.
What is it? What is it? I don't see it.
Is that cute?
It's a shield that you put over your mask. But we're waiting for the child size to come because they're so big. We have to stuff all sorts of stuff.
This too big. We stuffed it with stuff.
Betty, show us
Remember
the
we
map.
had to buy you the
What?
The mask? Here.
Here.
Let me see it.
Let's just go. You wear the mask and then
You put the mask on and then you wear this over.
No, put it further back. It's on that, yeah.
Now, but it's.
There you go.
Day, late, belated.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
Is that
good.
good?
That's good.
Yeah, now we're protected.
Where'd you get them? For dinner.
Where you go?
Amazon.
I like those.
Oh. I've been buying everything. We don't know what we get.
Oh.
But we're waiting for the children's size to come because these are huge.
Well, but you put a scarf in there.
We stuffed it with scarves and stuff. Because otherwise,
Aunt Wendy and Jim are there.
it's like this.
What are you having for dinner, Aunt Wendy?
What?
What are you having for dinner?
Got the I have the salad, got the matzo soup and simmets and chicken and roast vegetables from Elephant Delicatessen.
You know that?
Here, pick some more.
Gary, do you make food or do you order out?
Did you guys make your own stuff?
This has been working since last night.
Look down.
Yeah. We went to Weiler's
Look down.
Jim, I don't think
Did you find any matzo meal?
Shows a better
I had
angle.
to find my own.
Put your head down.
Make the matzo
I
meal.
have matzo meal.
Did you make your own matzo meal? Did you make the kugel?
No, I didn't have that much
vodka. Ah. Liz, are you still video chatting with people?
Yes. So
Good.
we're just doing video and telephone.
And what else?
It's actually interesting. My department has been calling the positives in our system. And in LA, like the LA basin, you know, like Kaiser LA, South Bay, Downey, those folks are seeing a lot more activity than we are. We're very low in the valley. Actually.
Really? That's wonderful.
So it's really nice. And last weekend we were calling over 30 people a day with positives. I think today we had like 6.
Wow.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Hopeful, it's hopeful.
Yeah, so it looks positive, but it's also, you know, everybody's so cautious about wanting to say, you know, looks like maybe we're hitting a prolonged plateau, is what they're getting ready for versus another surge. Because we implemented our surge plans this week. We have a tent, we've got, you know, plans if we needed to use space outside of our ICUs. Like we have one ICU and then we were going to use one of the hospital floors as an ICU. And then we also would expand into places that do procedures like GI and so forth if we needed space for ICU. They have not even had a heavy ICU census in the West Valley.
Oh,
So,
hopefully it'll keep going that
somebody,
way.
somebody had, Helen was telling me, our housekeeper was telling me she works for a nurse taking care of her kids who's a nurse at West Hills Hospital, and they're pretty low there as well.
How do we get the?
So between the things that we're doing and maybe some other factors, it's definitely been quite a bit less than expected. It's still bad, you know, but not what it could have been.
Hopefully this will go on. It won't be as bad.
Okay, Mihai, sorry, but you gotta stop looking at my leg.
Ari, did you fall under the table?
What?
Did Ari fall under the table?
Oh.
Ariana, did you add an N to your name?
Mihai, stop it. No. Mihai.
Does Ari have any food?
Ariana, did you change your name? Ariana?
She has 2 accounts.
It was pretty good.
So my other big news is that they're going to announce the new date for the Big Sur Marathon on Monday.
Oh, yay!
So hopefully it'll be a date that works out for my uncle coming from Norway, and if not, we'll probably do it next spring.
So when is that going to be, do you think? What month?
Well, we're trying to do late August or September.
That sounds doable.
Yeah.
Anything before that you wouldn't
optimistic
want.
that it's doable because they're announcing it.
I know, that's amazing. If it could be in August, that shows you what great shape we'd be in by then.
August. Go like this.
Yeah.
And
how are things in Bergen for your family? Everybody's in shelter?
You know, randomly, their population, they tested 10% of the people, and they just like take a, you know, go through a random list of people and go out and test their blood. 50% of the people that are testing positive are asymptomatic.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so.
Do those people ever get symptoms, or some of them get symptoms?
Well, they don't.
And some don't.
They don't know yet whether that's people who went on to develop symptoms and so forth. But at the time that they test positive, they were 50% were asymptomatic.
Wow.
So it's just kind of interesting.
If they never get symptoms and they test positive, does that mean they have antibodies?
Yeah. Like they would develop antibodies.
You think any of those changes?
And would they test negative with the antibodies?
Once they do the blood testing, we'll know what percentage,
then they will
you know,
be
if
done with
people
it.
actually have it, which will help to decide what you can, how much you can let people out and stuff.
Then Liz,
after
would they test later? Would they test negative but still have the antibodies?
Before getting
Hello? Guys, I have a video chat. I have to be on at 8, and I didn't make dinner, so I'm gonna go make my
I
dinner
just
so that I
zoom in
can
on
make it at
everybody.
8 p.m. It was so nice to see you guys. I love you guys.
Love you.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
Love you.
We shouldn't say with stuff like this.
The background.
Jim, do it later.
That's what you gotta do it now. You
Ask
can't do it later.
Ask Stuart? Jim wants to know how you get the background on. How you get the background.
You gotta get into your settings and then go to the video. I'm not quite sure.
It's okay, I don't care. It's just probably.
Virtual background
And
in your settings somewhere.
How would
It did say virtual.
Where did it say settings?
I don't know, you gotta find in your settings. I don't know which mouse you're using. It took me like 20 minutes.
Did you taste the?
In fact, I think I actually had to
No.
This is nice. It's nice. It's not real loud.
We're gonna get to our main course. We'll be back.
That's a real nice potato pancake. This happens to me. Food vendors, I am surprised.
It's one of the finest.
It was very busy, so I can tell you.
It's perfect. It's much better.
This the day before.
No? And what's now any longer? Yeah, I wonder what
I don't know. It's very
we're not going to use Trader Joe's. I'm sure you can. We don't have to. We have to do it.
No, Herb and Stuart, they've been doing it while we were talking.
Oh, sorry.
Have a profile.
Jeremy.
We don't have a profile.
I would definitely.
Profile's not here.
Can you hear it?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Usually when we go out,
You have to get out of here.
Well, they have-
It's really a lot more fun.
What?
it's just a good, like,
There's the settings.
It's a lot more fun in person.
do you go inside?
He said it's a lot more fun in person.
Oh, yeah, there it is. No, that's a picture.
That's not virtual.
No.
Jerry, your sweater looks good.
It's beautiful. I noticed that sweater. It's a beautiful sweater.
Oh, you mind too? Did you see mine?
Oh, I couldn't see those. Yeah.
Miss you, that guy.
Hey, Derek, I spent all week putting alcohol and Neosporin on this ear so I could wear earrings tonight. 4 times a day, alcohol swabs. I'm using them up. They're like gold.
They all did it while we were buying.
Well, I don't know how to do it. Here's a Zoom app.
So what's everyone going to do about their hair as we're getting gray?
Not everyone.
See a virtual thing there.
I used to do your hair.
Mine looks about the same.
Does it? Let me see. Yeah, yours looks good.
What did you do, Jerry?
Great, look.
All right. We got turkey with matzo stuffing and roasted potatoes and carrots.
Well, there's settings. Is there a setting?
That looks really good.
Yeah.
Where is that deli?
Waters.
You don't stay there long enough to look.
Settings.
Over by Pierce College.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's really good too.
Oh, it is good.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, and Liz got the chicken, but they're actually both pretty full. Actually, I am too, but I'm one deep.
All right.
No.
Actually, you know me.
Legos somewhere.
And Canova.
Profile.
Yeah.
This is the best part, I'm telling you.
Block from there. Soda.
Excuse me.
She's in
Right.
Yeah, would you give me the salt, please? Can I get enough salt in that?
I don't know.
Get enough salt in the soup.
I think Jeremy and Leslie are bored.
Aren't you guys?
Why shouldn't they be?
Are you? You too?
Eat.
Are you eating?
Eat.
Yeah, we had
just
some
finished the
pasta.
meal.
We need lots of pasta. We can get more. Yeah, we've been trying to talk a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Like,
it's hard to hold conversations.
Leslie said that we should like raise our hands or something.
All right. I'll mute everybody so you guys can talk for a couple of minutes.
Yes, please.
Mute and then unmute. There you are. You got the floor.
But yeah, we were just like talking about like how we could raise our hands up and start talking because it's kind of hard to talk when everyone else is talking.
I mean,
you know, that's how we do on like school lectures on Zoom.
I mean, the therapy sessions, they have like the talking stick or whatever, like the group therapy sessions. So like maybe there's an equivalent of Zoom. You know?
It'll never work in this family.
Yeah, that's all we were saying. I mean, I was just trying to talk to Grandma and Grandpa before. It's not like I'm trying to make an announcement to everybody. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well though.
Yeah,
really, yeah. It's tough. Oh, everybody's still muted. So.
Okay. No, we're not. All right.
Jeremy, in this family, you just have to yell it out.
No, we did. It's tough with Zoom because I think Zoom, like as soon as one person is talking, or at the same time, it's really hard to hear both of them.
Yeah, you have to really get used to Zoom.
Check out.
I think everyone is.
Last time I was on Zoom, the only time I was on Zoom, there were only 4 of us, so it wasn't so bad. But here,
with my roommates, just like last week, and it was really, really nice. Like Zooming with 12 or 13 people is
very tough.
Difficult.
was it Connor that had the appendix out?
Yeah.
How's he feeling?
He's feeling good. I think he only recovered.
Drinking that way.
Yeah.
Maybe it was laparoscopic.
What?
Maybe it was laparoscopic. So they didn't, which means it's not as invasive, so it doesn't take as long to heal.
Oh yeah, could be. I don't know. Con seemed to really milk his leg injury for an entire.
Are they any of your roommates planning to come back?
I think Connor and Nick back for like finals week. Study.
When?
Like dead week and finals week. Just to like study and catch up on class. But otherwise, yeah. I didn't mean to just completely take the floor. That's not the point I was trying to.
We know you, Jeremy.
Yeah, but you can take your finals from anywhere, which is good.
Yeah. I guess.
I think they've landed.
Yeah, no, it's really good. You have Google also while you're taking finals, so it's even better.
How are the finals and midterms and everything going?
We both had midterms actually this week. Hold up, let's look at it. We both had midterms this week. I had a midterm Thursday, and then
I had a midterm. When did I have?
Are they open book?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are open book.
Really, really nice.
Chill.
You're not supposed to like communicate with friends, but like everyone does
communicates. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in other words, the tests are not valid at all.
Sorry?
The tests are not valid at all.
No, they're not tests at all. They don't test.
You get a pass-fail grade this term? Yeah.
Will it be pass, not pass?
Yeah, all pass, no pass. You could opt out of it.
But the default is pass, no pass. Yeah, I'm thinking of opting out of my classes though, but I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I want to get letter grades just for my GPA, but
it's really hard to keep up.
Depends on our finals, honestly.
It's really hard to keep up.
It's very hard to be motivated in this environment.
It is.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody, like there's a lot of community groups on Facebook and everybody just kind of jokes about their sleep schedule and stuff because most people are waking up at what?
Yeah. With everything going on, it's super hard to concentrate and do your work. I vote for pass, no pass.
Yeah, makes it a
Are
lot.
your professors holding classes on Zoom?
Yeah, classes are on Zoom.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So you mean they see your face? The professors see your faces?
Yeah.
Unless we just woke up, you can turn off video.
We can just see everyone.
We actually are taking some senior classes on Zoom where there's like 150, in one of the classes, 150 computers. So you just see the teacher and what he's doing, and there's a chat and a Q&A that you can type in, and he would answer if there's time or if time allows. So it's been working really quite nicely.
What kind of classes?
2 art history classes, one on Russian art and
Yeah.
one on the Gilded Age in America.
Oh, interesting.
Like right around the Civil War and after.
Where are the classes coming from?
They're through the Calabasas Senior Center, and we take classes from this gentleman normally and go there physically, and they've gotten them on Zoom, and they're doing a lot of other classes too, yoga and a whole bunch of other classes they've just gotten going too. So it's really,
it's great.
Really great. It's really working well, and it's very inexpensive, and it's even less expensive because we pay for 1 instead of 2, and they're very reasonable to begin with.
Oh, that's really good.
So, can I talk?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm taking a class on, it's not on Zoom, it's David Mamet's films and his plays.
Oh.
Watch movies of all his movies, and we read his plays. It's pretty interesting, and his book too. In fact, I'm reading a book on his, it's called The Wicked Son. It's about all the Jewish people who turn away from religion, but they really are still Jewish.
You can't escape.
You can't escape.
No.
Oh, by the way,
He got so conservative, Mamet. He used to be liberal, now he's so conservative.
In terms of what?
In politics.
Oh, I don't know his politics.
What's
by the way,
You wouldn't like his politics, Wendy.
by the way, did everyone get, I kind of said to a lot of people, maybe not to everyone, that Andrew Lloyd Webber is presenting his, some of his musicals on
Every Sunday.
on YouTube, Friday to Saturday for 48 hours. And you go into YouTube and say the show must go on, or last week it was Joseph and the Amazing Dreamcoat. It was fabulous. This weekend it was Jesus Christ Superstar.
In a rock.
In rock. Very, very.
Barbara, do you have to see it at the time it streams, or you can see it anytime during the 48 hours?
Yes.
Anytime.
Yes.
Oh, because I thought because it was like on 11 o'clock and it was kind of.
No, anytime within the 48
It
hours.
starts at 11 a.m. Because that's London time. You know, that translates. And I don't know. It's been great.
We could have seen it last night.
Yes. In fact, you might still be able to see it. It's 48 hours from.
They say tomorrow.
a.m.
But tomorrow only till 11.
Oh, well. So anyway, there's also another class that anybody here can take. It's from PSU, and it's on Tuesday night. I forget, it's an hour or something. And it starts April 21st. I can give you information if you want it. It's about, you may not like this topic. Between 1500 and the present day or something. I forgot.
Oh my God.
What is it between 1500 and the present day?
Jewish cities.
Oh. Has anyone seen Unorthodox on Netflix?
Yeah.
I don't know, isn't it?
Oh, good.
You gotta see it.
Yeah.
Jerry.
It's very good. Unorthodox.
Check it out.
It's very good.
Watch it tonight if you want.
4 hours, 4 different episodes.
It's
Is it free and unorthodox, or what do you mean?
Unorthodox. One of the best.
Unorthodox. It's about this woman who escapes from her Orthodox community in New York and goes to Berlin to see her mother.
Ultra Orthodox.
Yeah.
Ultra.
Ultra.
Did you see it, Betty?
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
It
I
was
liked
based
it.
on a book. It's from a book.
Yeah. I wish there'd be a second season, but they say no.
No.
And what's the other one we're watching?
Really?
Apple TV, Making of America. It's a series on Apple TV. They're on number 4 now. It's absolutely fabulous.
We don't have Apple TV.
About it's on HBO. You have HBO?
Oh, HBO?
And it's about Lindbergh becoming president.
Oh, you mean The Plot Against America?
Yeah,
Plot Against America.
We didn't like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I might
so
give
good.
it another chance. I have the novel here. I've had it for
It
2
is
years
so
already.
good.
That I meant to read.
I read it. It's really good.
Yeah, I have it to read. I'm going to read it. And it's supposed to be very good too on HBO.
Jeremy and I were watching it, and then I just caught up today. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but I might give it more chance. No. I was thinking about giving it another chance. I saw it on the TV guide, and I thought maybe I'd give it another chance. Yeah, Philip Roth. His novels are usually pretty good. No, some of them. I was going to use Plot Against America for my book club, and then somehow I picked another book.
It was so good.
Well, the movie is, maybe the book isn't.
I think the book's supposed to be very good.
I just started Kindred. It's pretty good.
What? Which one?
I think what's his name? Jordan Peele. I think he's making that into a movie. It's a 1970s book. It's about
What's
an
the name?
African woman who is pulled back. She goes back and forth in time.
Like the Nazi hunter?
What? No,
Yeah.
we moved on from it.
The Nazi hunter.
Oh, not that one.
Stuart.
Or Neil Hurston?
What's that?
Who wrote the book? Is that for?
I think so. I mean, it's one of those things when you start reading a book, you don't even, on the Kindle, it's Octavia somebody. Ooh.
Answer.
Can you close that window?
Where did Jerry go?
What's the name of the book?
Octavio.
Jerry's right here.
Octavio Butler. So basically,
Octavia Butler.
and she keeps going back and forth between a plantation in 1815, where she's interacting with her ancestors.
Right.
Not all of them are slaves, but actually, I'm only like a portion into it. And then she transports back in 1975. I think Jordan Peele's making a movie out of it. I saw something.
I think Oprah did a movie on that years ago, didn't she?
For me, her became pretty kind of hard to understand.
Techno.
Oprah. But Stuart is pretty good. So, we'll see.
Yeah. Francis, you reading anything interesting?
I've been reading Our Man about Richard Holbrook.
Oh, yeah.
Have you read that?
I haven't read it. I heard about him.
Yeah, it's
Supposed to be a really good book.
It's pretty interesting. It starts with his experience in Vietnam and runs all the way through the different administrations that he served under.
I know Reddit said it was just terrific.
Yeah. I take it a few chapters a day. But you have to, it's like I can read just so much and then it's like, this guy's really something. I don't know. I need a break from it.
Too heavy.
But it's really, historically, it's fascinating to understand better the kinds of decisions that the government was making.
Right.
And wondering why on earth they did it, the different administrations did what they did.
Yeah, I think I'm going to read it.
It's I think you'd really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how'd that happen?
What happened?
He's playing with Zoom, and I'm afraid we're.
Okay.
No, you could zoom in on one person and makes that squares full, the whole, you got the full size of the computer then.
Oh, it's for the person that's speaking or something.
Yeah, so even
Yeah, but they send it to you, but I don't know what it is. It was on top there. It was on top of it. No, it was right on top here. It was here.
Has anybody read The Man in the Red Coat?
Can you read it on your phone? Did you?
No.
The man there.
No.
Say it again.
The man named Over.
The Man in the Red Coat.
Oh, the man in the red coat, no.
Have you heard of it? It's just new. It came out very recently. It's about that painting at the Arm and Hammer Museum.
Oh.
It's about the artist who did that.
Oh.
Oh, no, I haven't heard of it.
I just got it. I haven't read it yet, but I just wondered. The reviews have been good.
I'm only focusing a little bit on reading a little bit every day. Sometimes I'm doing a
Hard to
jigsaw
read.
puzzle. Sometimes we play a private bridge game with just another couple on BBO, just a private table. Sometimes we
What program do you use?
I learned bridge with you guys.
bridge-based online BBO. You can
join
it. It doesn't cost anything, and you can watch games, and you can if you know a couple that each have a device, you can play a private game. It doesn't cost anything. Just
BBO.com.
BBO. Bridge-based online.
Bridge-based online.
Yeah.
And you can play. You can get another couple to play bridge, and we've played, for a couple of hours with another couple, and then we just say we're tired. We keep the phone on so we can kind of keep the connection and everything. But you should try it. Even just you can play robot games.
They teach you how to play too.
You do a lot of things.
Yeah, one of the things we miss most, there's some really good friends that we usually play bridge with once a week, and now we can't do it.
You could with this.
You could with this.
Leslie and Jeremy are playing a computer game, buddy? I don't know. They're watching something.
Woo!
A lot of reverb from somebody. Let's see here. I don't know. What is happening?
You could do this, Francis, with this.
You don't even
Francis, you could.
There's Leah.
Yeah, I was just grabbing some ketchup.
Woohoo! Catch up.
Sugar-free ketchup, though.
Woo!
Because I can use as much as I want.
Leah's been on has been very good on this diet of hers, which is Weight Watchers and points, which I don't think.
Good for her.
Good. And she's doing being so disciplined, It's just very amazing.
I can't get back on.
You want to get in the picture? Huh? You want to get in the picture?
By the way, while I have the little green square, I just want to say, Stuart, it's just amazing what you've done to put this together and pull this off, because I was feeling a little down that we weren't going to be able to do anything. And it's just so nice to be able to see everybody even this way.
Yes,
and so really appreciate it.
I knew you can do it.
It was really good to meeting you guys, everyone.
And especially Stuart.
I really haven't touched you yet.
Wish I could share my C's eggs.
Jeremy, I sent the BBO on a message.
No, Stan.
Jeremy.
What's up?
No, he doesn't.
He's going to ask about it.
No, not bridge.
Yeah, I just saw it. I'm getting messages from both the aunties, Betty and Estelle, and oh, here we go. The bridge.
Oh, you're texting now. God.
Well, I was trying to private message people because it's just hard to.
And
I don't think you're supposed to say that.
I know. Oh.
Another
Oh,
thing,
did you send it through Messenger? I texted you.
another thing that I wanted to say, but Jerry walked away, but I don't know what everybody is doing, but I know that Liz is out there on the front lines. I know that Jerry and Jared are volunteering at the food bank, and I know that Stuart, who won't tell us who he's delivering groceries to, but every time he brings us groceries, has about a whole bunch of other sacks that he's getting for other people, running and asking and delivering groceries to other people. And he just brushes it off like nothing. So you guys, I'm very, very proud of all of you for doing all the things that you do.
Yes, that's for sure. And Liz, try to stay away from everything except for the video.
Yeah, I'm actually on the back lines, I would say, but Jeremy and Leslie up at 7 at Costco to get Charmin toilet paper.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, they had to be in line at 7.
They were
Oh, Jeremy went to store permits.
That's like gold. That Sherman is like gold.
Yeah. And we hunt down the Gelsons and we find it sometimes.
Sorry?
I know. We usually go to Gelson's about maybe once every week and a half.
Jeremy,
But we're careful.
Jeremy and Leslie went to the market several times, and Jeremy actually, because somebody at Trader Joe's touched some of the things, actually went home and wiped them off before he brought the food to us. He wiped all the packs.
Yeah. One person, it was like 3 people working there. Like that all know that this like big pandemic is going on, but like I asked them to point where some, you know, whatever the lettuce was or something, and like they all like they put like 2 hands on it as they give it to me to be like,
oh gosh.
You know? It was
yeah. Well, hopefully we're all going to be lucky, and everyone we know are going to be lucky, and we're all going to be healthy.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But I can't believe Stuart was patient enough, because I know what he went through with us to get us to learn how to do this Zoom. And I mean, his patience was bottomless, and he needed every drop of it.
yeah, thanks for
And as you can see, tonight he needed more.
Tonight he needed some patience.
Does he have enough wine?
I'm gonna probably be back there pretty soon.
I think he's a Zoom hero.
Go out.
Yes.
Zoom hero.
Yes. Let's hope it's not going on next Passover, please.
I'm gonna mute.
Yeah.
My volume. You unmute. I'll unmute. You're unmuted.
No, Mom, just I'll probably call pretty soon and like get back to LA pretty soon anyway. But just let me know if like they put you on the front lines or whatever.
We're already getting a list together.
We're starting a list.
Oh, you're starting the list? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
So when do you think you're coming back?
Probably like shortly after Leslie leaves. I'll probably stay up here just to like catch up for just a few days.
I certainly didn't think you were going back because Leslie was there. That never entered my mind.
When are you coming back here?
Oh, it's for my studies, but I feel pretty caught up.
You don't have, no explanation is necessary. We completely understand.
And we're on your side.
Absolutely.
Leslie.
Do we get you for 6 weeks, huh?
Okay,
Leslie.
Yeah.
When are you coming back here?
In like a month and a half before summer session starts. I think I'm probably gonna take summer classes here. And if I do get an internship offer, I'll do, but I don't even know if that's gonna happen because of I'm still coming back for my classes and stuff.
All right.
A month and a half.
I might do summer classes too, because my internship may be
I know, no internship.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
You might-
it's canceled like officially yet, but
Yeah.
No, so Leslie, what's your major?
My major, CS, computer science.
Oh, computer science. Okay. One of Jeremy's. Yeah.
One of Jeremy's.
Right.
Jim? Is Jim there? Jim? I got my little book. I think I should start working on this. Can you
What's
see
that?
it?
Firearm safety certificate?
I think this is the time we should start doing this.
I thought you weren't going to do that because of Betty. You were going to do
That's
that.
right. That's
She
what Betty
wouldn't-
thought also.
She wouldn't know whether I did it or not.
Oh, well, good for you.
Yay! So I'll read it through and try to learn some of it.
Where do you
She
keep your,
won't know if I have a gun or not.
That's for sure. I wouldn't know and don't want to know.
We don't even have to do it on Zoom. But the next time this stuff comes around, we'll be ready. We'll be packed.
I have no clue why she would even entertain the thought of getting a gun.
When do you want to go to the range?
It's a little scary.
Oh, soon, when? I think you can't do it yet. Is that an essential service at the moment?
Absolutely.
Did you remember?
Second Amendment, baby.
Right.
Do you remember when Granny was telling that guy who parked a car she had a gun in the club?
Yes, outside of
I
Spago's.
remember. Outside of
I remember that.
That was when we went to Fort King Puffs for his
Yeah.
what birthday? 70th birthday? For New Year's.
And I also remember when we were going down the elevator with the neurologist who examined her to see if she had Alzheimer's or not. And she said to him, "You don't look Jewish."
Fun times.
Fun times. Fun times. So.
Oh, boy.
Larry and Roberta are doing well? Francis?
Fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Francis's
you.
sister and brother-in-law.
They're fine.
And how are all the Rubins doing?
Yesterday was Joel's birthday. They're fine.
Oh, that's our cousin.
Oh.
How old is he?
How old is he? I don't know.
67.
67. How did that happen?
I don't know, and you're only 39.
That's it.
Wow.
I remember
67?
when your mother called to tell us that she was pregnant with Joel. And she'd had a couple of miscarriages, and she called and I answered the phone and she was so happy. She sounded so great. And I gave Mom the phone. I said, "I think Aunt Sylvia is pregnant." and that was the news she was telling us. And that was Joel. She was so happy.
I don't remember that.
No, I can understand why you might not.
Oh, and the other news is Vanessa has bought a house.
Oh,
good.
With her boyfriend?
No, I mean, they're together, but she bought the house.
Oh, she bought the house. Okay.
Good thing.
Good independent woman there.
It doesn't take a whole lot to buy a house in a
Norfolk.
suburb in what is it?
Norfolk.
Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh my
Really?
goodness.
Yeah.
What kind of money are we talking?
Like less than a down payment.
Wow.
And she has a swimming pool.
Oh, gee, good for her.
I know.
Not just a swimming hole. Right?
She's a vet. This is our cousin Joel's
Yeah, she's a vet.
kids we're talking about. And Benjamin is not with the girl anymore. They broke off the wedding and broke off the relationship and everything.
With you're talking about Benjamin, yeah.
Benjamin.
That's different. Yeah.
They're kaput?
As far as we know.
And how far before the wedding was this?
So the
Well,
wedding
the wedding was in end of May.
Was going to be the end of May.
Yeah, and so last year in November they called it off.
Okay, that's a long time before.
No.
Right?
But they were together for a long time.
Yeah, they lived together for like 5 years.
Wow.
Wow. And you never got the story.
not the full story.
Yeah.
Not the whole story.
Someday.
When we say
Someday, okay. For another time. I should give Vanessa a call. And the other daughter, Leah, has a new baby, Eli, who's a year old. He's darling. She puts his pictures on Facebook all the time. He's so cute.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
He just turned a year.
Adorable.
Yeah. He just turned a year.
Macaroons for dessert?
You know what we're missing?
What?
We're missing Leah's graduation, maybe.
I know.
I know.
And she's missing her prom, maybe.
I know.
Never but
When was the graduation supposed to be? In June?
June 4th.
Our mother's birthday. It would have been so nice. Leah, who was named after Leah, graduating on Leah's birthday. Wow. Hopefully by then we can celebrate.
Yeah, who knows? We might be able to.
I was born into 9/11 and I'm graduating with the pandemic.
Wow.
Put it in perspective. Hear that?
Wow.
Not everyone can say that.
Not everyone can say that.
You're pretty special.
You can go in a Ziploc bag, honey. That's how they take it.
Huge events.
Very good.
Was it chicken dance?
We can have a Zoom party, graduation party.
No, my school did an online graduation.
Did you see that, Jeremy?
Yeah. My mom.
Our school graduation does happen. You're only allowed 8 people.
I think I have enough chicken.
5 in the.
Yeah, but if we assume that we can make another 8.
But
So,
then,
Jeremy,
Oh,
you
my
were
God. One dinner would have been plenty.
I know.
We're full, huh?
We're full.
We're full. We're too full to have.
I thought you were gonna say we were frog song. Can you hear me? I thought when you said we're missing the frog song.
The frogs.
Oh, yeah.
Sing it to us.
Frog song?
All right, Leah and Jared, come on.
Oh, go get
How
Jared.
about Jeremy?
I don't remember what the frog song is.
What is
Right.
I remember there were
Stuff on my teeth.
Jeremy, you don't remember?
Me too.
Jeremy, remember you guys stand up and song? There were frogs here and frogs.
Okay, then that was good.
Remember that?
I like them both. I like them all.
I'm so sorry. I'll just turn it off. And
Jeremy, do you remember frogs here, frogs there? Something frogs everywhere, frogs in the Pharaoh's hair. Don't you remember you used to stand up and sing it with Ariana and Leah? And
Did it?
I'm missing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take Me Out to the Seder, Barbara.
I remember that one.
Jared's thrilled.
So what we're saying is if you want to do the frog song next year, Mom, then you have to take over Passover again.
no, thank you. I don't
Otherwise,
remember
we got a
it.
new Haggadah.
I don't remember it. No, I don't know. Maybe.
Jared, how are you spending your time?
how am I? Wait, why is there echoing and why is there screeching?
I don't know. Do you have your
There's
sound on
something
again?
wrong.
No, I don't know what. Now,
Your
is it
phone
better
is-
now?
Your iPad is on.
All right.
So how are you spending your days? How much time do you have to spend in school online?
All right. How about I do it until May 13th?
So May 30th? 13th. 13th. And so do you have to do homework, and is it as tough as school or a little more relaxed?
This is chaotic.
It's chaotic?
What did you say?
I said, are you having to study as much as you did in school, and do you have homework to do and assignments?
Well, most of it is the same except there aren't any tests.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Okay.
You think you're learning something?
Yeah, I am.
Are you still watching Naruto?
Uh-huh.
Sorry, your jacket came in the wrong.
Still, I sent you a message.
I'm saying,
I
thank you.
haven't gotten the jacket
Yeah, we can package it up and send it to you. I think it's the wrong size, so I probably can just ship it back and get a new one. But it's gonna be
for the person causing ruckus in the back who shall remain nameless.
Nameless?
I think we're good. Can you hear me? Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Yeah, you.
What kind of a jacket did you send him?
I got him a Naruto jacket. Hold up, I'll share my screen. 1 sec. So Jared and I always talk about the show Naruto.
Oh, I remember that jacket.
He looks like this.
Move over, I'm sitting.
Want to sit with me?
Stuart's suggestion.
So I got him. This is the main character, and this is what he always. There's like something like 100 episodes of it. I got him that jacket in real life.
Where is it?
It just came out of the laundry, actually. I just ran.
Oh, you're washing it.
Just washed it, yeah.
Like, close your app now on your phone, on your iPad. Not on Aunt Betty's iPad, Aunt, so close your iPad.
I did. I closed mine.
It says no, it looks like you put it.
Yeah.
No, mine's still going
So
on.
Jared, it seems like you and your mom are baking a lot, cooking a lot.
Yes, we are.
So anything that you really love that you made?
I did it.
All right.
What's she doing? She's going in and out of San Francisco.
I left it now. I thought I could just turn it off, not
Yeah,
just.
something you really like that you made?
I did make. Forgot.
What was that?
Wendy and Uncle Jim is coming through.
Jeremy, did you see what I said?
Matzo soup.
Oh, March today.
Jeremy, did you see what I texted?
Pizza dough.
Uh-huh.
Right, it says.
Look at your text.
I found it. I got it. I have it up.
And dog biscuits to give to the neighbors.
Oh, that's dog business. That's so nice of you to do that.
Frog song or no?
Does that, yeah, do you remember it now?
Hold on, I got it. Everybody.
Leah, you got it too.
I didn't do that.
I know.
What happened?
Just wait.
Oh.
Frog song!
Okay.
Good job!
There's a frog song.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Now you.
All right.
One morning.
Our roses are pretty. We should have shown them our roses from our.
There were frogs in his bed.
Good.
Frogs on his head.
Me too.
Frogs in his nose. And frogs on his toes.
Because I did.
Frogs here, frogs there. Frogs
You're not going to eat.
everywhere.
Beware.
We will. I don't mind taking it out.
Does it strike a bill?
Leah, it's
Yeah, right. We need a lot more
I'm
than
the bass, you're the middle one, and then you're the treble.
that. I know.
What's the like acapella?
Oh, good. For me, it'll be. Yeah, pounds yesterday. Whatever it is. They're really pretty. Don't look at them as much. They're really
No, they're
pretty.
gorgeous.
Really
These are
pretty.
gorgeous. Some of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Did you see Ari? Yeah, she had a group chat at 8. Oh, this is
We get back.
we were just starting.
Okay. You can pause the share here.
Estelle? Betty and Estelle?
Yes.
If you want to have a conversation, you can mute yourself so no one else would hear.
They were,
Yeah.
you know, when you guys talk like that, we could hear you unless you mute.
Okay, I was gonna say that.
On the left, you're left. You didn't-
Yeah.
Make it-
So, yeah.
What does it say?
So Leah,
What does it say?
you're not doing anything for school, so you have a lot of hours to fill.
Look at.
Well,
There's an arrow pointing up
what they're
after the
doing
video.
is like when spring break is over, is for seniors. Like one day a week, you have to do this class, like a couple hours.
Right. So that's not so terrible.
Here, right here.
And then you'll be done.
Videos.
It's just through May, right?
Yeah, just during May, and then
Choose
I'm
one.
done. But I'm already done. I just have to do that one class.
No, there's no-
Right. So are you bored at home?
I've actually been doing fine because of like the diet stuff and getting steps in, and yeah, playing with the puppy, like watching stuff.
Jim keeps going in and out of
Entertain
space.
myself.
Actually, I found too that the time goes a lot faster than I thought.
These are all things from my scanning.
That
Wait.
I'm not getting anything done.
What does it say?
But like, I figure this will be for the next couple of months. Like, I don't even know if this we're gonna have graduation. Like,
Yeah.
of this,
Sure, you
but
don't know.
I mean, we'll just see.
Okay, good luck.
Do a Zoom call. Yeah.
I said, Yeah. Hi, Herb.
Hello.
Hi, Herb, what's happening with all the tax returns for your people?
I have no idea. We're doing them, but it's not as fast as it normally is. So that's the way it is.
Yeah, but that's okay. You don't have to do it until July.
Right, till July 15th, but you know,
Right.
our CPA is still doing stuff, so we just.
Anybody going in the office?
Yeah, they're kind of staggered. They go in the morning. There's 2 people who go in for half a day, and then in the afternoon, one person goes in for half a day. Everybody else is remote. And I go in every night, like at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but do you go in at all?
Yeah, I go in
every night.
Every night you go in when
Yeah,
people
I have to
aren't
go in
there?
and look at things and sign things and move things around. Yeah.
Is this impacting any of the people that any of your clients? Because they're all at home anyway.
They're all at home. You know, they're spending money like crazy.
Yeah.
People who have money and they're locked inside, whatever they come.
Why?
Up with.
How much? Why are they spending more money?
Well, just shopping online.
Yeah.
QVC is really popular.
Yeah.
They're spending money
That's
on QVC?
fun.
Really?
Some people are, yeah.
They were saying one of the reasons that grocery stores are so busy is they said that people usually spend about 60% of their money of their meals at home and 40% out. So when they're not going out 40% of the time, then they're spending a lot more money at the grocery store.
Ah, interesting.
So that's one of the reasons the grocery stores are more packed.
We got a lot from QVC today too.
Which explains why they need more homes.
I would think.
yeah.
I would think takeout would go up.
Well, but takeout doesn't make up for what they're missing in the restaurant for the eating in the restaurants. It doesn't make up for that at all. Yeah, the restaurants are really, really hurting.
That's for sure.
I hope they'll make it.
Yeah,
Some will, some
it's gonna be a different world.
Yeah, that's
I know. No more handshaking, maybe ever. No.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, they tried that in 1918 and it lasted through February.
They were doing triple kisses.
So.
No, we're getting a lot of stuff from Amazon. Lots of gloves, lots of masks.
Oh, interesting.
Lots of bills.
Yeah.
You can buy masks on Amazon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not in.
Not N95.
What kind of mask do you get?
From
Just
China.
the regular blue ones.
Oh, I'm trying to get masks, but I ordered April 4th, and who knows when it's gonna come.
What kind of mask are you trying to get?
It's headquarters or something. It's a place that they do wigs and stuff and coverings for people with cancer. So they're doing these masks that they're kind of cotton. They fit behind the ear, and you can put a N95 filter in there.
Where do you get an N95 filter? Through them?
Well, I haven't got it yet, but they have N95 filters on Amazon. Most of them say you get it June 1st, but there was one that says you could get it April.
Pretty cool.
I think we're going to do without the N95 filter.
Yeah, because yeah. Jim,
we're just going to have our regular old. Yeah.
So you're gonna have to unmute and jump right in. Come on.
Jim has some N95 masks that I use when I go to the Freddy's or something, but I'm out in public, I just use this.
We just have this kind.
I don't. So I don't spread it.
You have to just jump right in.
No, we're not saying I don't know. We're just messaging you.
I don't want to take the N95s, even if I could get them. I don't want to take them away from the medical personnel.
Take your moment, though.
Yeah.
And these kind. Yeah.
So how was it when you volunteered at the food bank? Jerry, how was that?
It was really great. They are accustomed to having all these seniors. seniors always show up every day, and so they're without right now. And there's so many more people coming, and they're lining up like an hour before, and the food is being put in the trunks of their car.
Oh, yeah.
So how are they making sure that you're safe?
Oh, we have our masks on and gloves. Yeah. So
And you keep your 6 feet distance from each other?
Pretty much. We're outdoors.
Pretty much. That expression says it all.
We're outdoors, and you know, it's okay. We're really covered up. And but there's a lot of people, a lot of big families, and the food we're giving them is supposed to last 2 weeks, and to me it seems just barely enough for a week. So it's, I mean, it's, you know, it.
So what kind of things they put in there?
Like a really big bag of onions, and a really big bag of potatoes, and a really big bag of apples and pears, and then some lettuce that I've peeled away so that some of it looks decent, and that goes. And then they get usually some milk, maybe butter. I'm trying to think, they get some cans. Jared did the bags with the cans and the dry food. Some rice and pasta. I was doing the produce. So I was building boxes, and they probably, I mean, they've like more than doubled the number of people that come each day. And that this little teeny pantry in San Lorenzo, which is a teeny town, they're getting about 100 people in. So they're open for an hour and a half.
That's it?
Yeah.
And where did they get their food?
They get their food from the food banks, which is where Jared and I have worked in the past. And we had a couple of shifts there. Again, those are hard to get because everybody wants to do them. But because the seniors got all pulled out, and even the companies, there's a lot of companies that go and do this on a regular basis. So they were opening up, needing people from the community, just individually.
But who gives the food to the food banks?
They get the food from big food distributors and grocery stores and such. This little pantry gets food from the food banks, but they also get it from some of the small grocery stores too. And when I was there on Friday, there was a man and his son who brought in 2 huge bags of beautiful oranges from their tree. So, I mean, they're getting wherever they can.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot of
I think These Candy is donating to all sorts of charities because they've closed up. And they were doing it online, but they're not doing it online anymore. So they sent us a note because they know us, and they say that they're donating to all these food banks and stuff like that.
You know what? You might find this interesting because we listen to Andrew Cuomo almost every morning, and he hasn't announced any like dates or anything. But Shell and I were supposed to go to New York the May 12th through the 17th, and we had a lot of tickets for Broadway shows. And about a week ago, I tried to get some refunds, but they had only closed them through April 30th. But this last week, we got notices that all these shows were closed until June 7th.
Great.
All these notices, but no one said that about, he hasn't said anything about it. It hasn't been in the
Yeah, but they'll get their money back.
or anything.
Yeah.
So, but we're getting all these refunds, and they said that they through June 7th, which I thought was real interesting because I looked on the internet. It doesn't say anything about it. It still says April 30th, and he hasn't said a word because we listened to his broadcast. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
In fact, you have the ticket for June 8th.
Then you're in trouble.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a minute where there's a bit of a tug of war between Cuomo and just
de Blasio.
Yeah, so it's a little bit like, you know, as far as timing goes. But this is a little off the topic. There is a really great online entertainment source called Broadway HD. Yeah. And it's a monthly, independent, still know about it. I got a free month or whatever because they were trying to reimburse us at Berkeley Repertory Theater where we're members, subscribers. And well, that particular play wasn't so hot. There are a lot of really great ones, maybe not the ones that are on Broadway right now, but some really great ones with some wonderful actors. So if you're interested, I mean, you can take a peek without investing, but a month or two, it's pretty cool.
Broadway.
Yeah, I always get
Broadway
emails from them.
Did you do that?
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm looking for it now.
Sorry you can't go to New York. See it live.
I think everybody's giving a free month.
Well, you know what they did? They, for the JetBlue, they only gave us a JetBlue credit for 18 months. And now after we took that, because they wouldn't do a refund, now I went online and I saw they're doing it for 24 months, their credit.
Well, Lufthansa's
You could probably call them and get it.
Yeah.
Lufthansa's doing it for a year. You try to get a refund because Niti and I bought our tickets, and
Oh, yeah.
they'll just pay you back for the taxes and whatever because they're non-refundable. So you can either go by next April or take $100.
When were you going to go?
September 1st.
Oh.
And then we've got our United tickets, you know, to go to Boston, all three of us. So we've got a lot of tickets hanging out. We're waiting to see what's.
Yeah.
But if the airlines cancel the tickets.
No,
Right.
not anymore. They changed it.
No, if they cancel the tickets, I think they have to refund you.
No,
The DOT.
that's what we thought.
No, they, on their website, it says if if the flight's canceled or moved, that this is their policy.
That can be their policy, but I read the Department of Transportation sent them letters telling them that they must offer refunds.
Oh, it was after the fact that we did it, and that the department did it.
Even if they've already told you that, they should still be able to refund you.
Well, they can. You can't
I'll
get.
give them their number. Would you call them for me?
I called Lufthansa twice and they hung up on me twice.
Oh, God.
Lufthansa.
And that's the better of them. It's being backed by Germany. Government.
That's par for the course. But I can't believe they'll only do a year for you, not even 18 months.
And is it a year from your flight or a year from your booking?
From April 2021, you got to travel.
I thought it was a year from when
Or
you.
when you cancel, huh?
No.
Is
United's a little bit longer. We have to, but you have to decide by the end of April. So there's all these, who knows?
Well, I know for me that I was supposed to go on the March of the Living, but it was so, and we didn't get a refund.
You didn't?
We did?
Yeah.
We haven't gotten a refund, Mom.
But they're going to send out.
But they're going to.
But you're going to get a refund? Which airlines is it?
Partial.
It wasn't a specific airline. It was.
It was a package.
I love the wall. Hey, you tax dollars that work with the wall?
Sailing, sailing. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. A lot of plans, huh? So, Jerry?
Yeah.
Have they completely canceled Jared's summer camp?
No, we got an email saying, hey, we're going to obviously take direction from the federal government and the state government.
Right.
And, you know, it's just April and he goes in June. So that's, you know, eons away.
Right.
So we'll have to see.
Beginning of June or end of June?
Begin June 20th.
Oh, that's okay. That's already better than June 1st.
I know.
Well, but if you think about it, what will have changed?
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
I mean, what will have changed before we've gone into
What will
quarantine?
change by June 1st?
Something. Who knows?
I don't think we'd be doing this quarantine stuff in June. I mean, maybe, who knows, but I just don't think that this quarantine could go on forever. I don't think people would put up for it.
June is forever.
But then when they open it up, they're just not going to open everything up. So
No,
I don't
but
know how they're going to do it.
I just feel like, I mean, I could definitely see how in the beginning of June we might still be doing this quarantine, but I just don't see how we could be doing this the third week of
I've been
June.
doing it since 2018.
Yeah.
Dad, thank you so much for setting this up. Leslie,
Yeah.
I think you guys have been fabulous. You have been great. I think you have been
wonderful.
More than we could have expected.
Yeah. Leslie, great seeing you. Have a wonderful trip back.
I think they're gone.
Enjoy your
I think
family.
they're gone.
They're gone. Enjoy your family.
I think they're gone, Betty.
Well, I can say it anyway.
I'll be
Text them if you
Where
want.
are they?
They're gone.
Well, I only see Leah.
me to come back.
Oh, there you
Oh,
are.
there you are.
No, I just want to say, have a wonderful trip.
Nice meeting you.
Say hi to your family.
Yeah, for
Enjoy
sure.
your family and friends there. Come back safely.
Yeah.
Leslie,
Yeah.
Leslie,
Yeah. I hear
be
you.
safe, be safe, okay, be careful, really.
Come back.
Wear masks and gloves.
I will definitely.
We'll hear from Jeremy how you're doing.
Yeah.
When I got here, she sprayed me with disinfectant spray.
Yay! Good for
She's very
Leslie.
smart, she's very smart.
My kind of girl.
During normal times.
I like it.
All right, guys. Love all you.
You really hung in there.
Bye, love you.
Great.
Bye.
I don't know if anybody can see me. I can't see me. Oh, my.
Oh,
Is
a
that,
lot of work.
is that Elijah's chair?
That's Leah's chair.
It's his chair?
Bill's.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, so Stuart, we really appreciate all the effort you put into this and all the patience you have.
No,
Because
it's something we
this
needed
is-
to do.
Right. But Stuart, where's the woman who does the dishes?
Exactly. We saved a few bucks.
Right there.
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
His volume's up. Leah, turn the volume up.
Barbara's gonna drive over.
But
there.
Liz gave us permission to have our cleaning women, and we're very careful. And they wear gloves, and we stay 6 feet away from them, and they disinfect everything. And I think we're very safe with them. And thank you, Liz, because if you didn't say that we could do it, we wouldn't have done it.
Now we can die in a clean house.
Yeah. Did you hear all that, Liz?
I heard, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So thank you.
Yeah, no, it's tough and it's hard on them too because they're not working.
That's
no,
right.
No, this
That's
is
right.
only for us now.
Wait.
Smartly, yes.
Yeah, only for us.
How many cleaning women do you have come in at a time?
Well, there are 2 of them because
Two. Yeah,
they're like 70 and they can't do the whole house anymore.
Remove you.
So they come for 3 hours and they do a really good job.
And where are you during that time that they're cleaning?
When they're upstairs, we're downstairs. When they're downstairs, we're upstairs.
I was gonna say you should be outside with the squirrels.
We could do that too, but it's been too cold.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't go out if it's not 65.
But they're very good because Lucy puts on shoes that she only wears at our house. And we also have some of those booties because at our house we're usually prepared. So I have some of those booties so they can put those on too over their shoes. What the hell? A clean house is worth the risk. I'm not doing it.
No, I mean, we really can't clean the showers and we just
And the
can't do
floors
it. The
and
floors
stuff.
and stuff. We physically can't do it. So
We're old people.
It's either that or it's going to be filthy.
Yeah, which is nasty for this long.
Yeah, that's not healthy to be filthy.
We're the people who get to go to the grocery store at 5 in the morning.
We haven't ever done that, by the way.
We went 7 once, yes.
But you get to if you want to.
No, not when it was for
Yes.
no, we did not. We have not gone since they had the old people.
It wasn't that
flowers.
Gelson's I went at 7 in the morning that one time?
Yeah, but it was just, you just did it because it was open at 7 in the morning. It wasn't old people.
Okay.
So.
You know, we'll get your groceries. Just let us know.
Yeah, I have that conversation.
Yeah, that's what Stuart told us, which is really nice. But we're very careful when we
Yeah,
go.
we are careful.
We're careful.
That's for sure.
I probably have 8 boxes of gloves. What?
We know what the order is.
Did you already have them? That's why there's no gloves around for people.
Hey, I have them when without this, I usually have 2 or 3 boxes of gloves
Wow.
before this started.
We have four masks
Justify
left.
8.
Our masks are coming. We have 4 masks left.
Oh, that's not enough.
Well,
I'm
I-
nervous.
I
No, you have the regular kind of the N95.
regular.
I've been
Okay.
using the same
But
two
wait, did
masks.
you guys not have some in your earthquake kit?
No, those are the 4 we had 9.
That's all?
But
And I found them. I didn't even know I had them.
so did you order more?
Yeah.
I ordered some with
Yeah.
I've been using the same 2 masks for 3 weeks now. I just let them
Yeah,
dry.
me too.
We know about you,
Yeah.
Mr. Quarantine.
You can leave them out, really, Barbara. You can leave them out for a few days and wear them again.
And where might I leave them, Betty?
Yeah. Huh?
I've been using mine for a couple months.
You have?
My mask, I just have one.
So do you put it outside and then wear it later, or you just wear it?
Only when I wear it out. I only wear it when I go out.
Yeah.
So it's not very much, except for,
So I mean, so you wear the same one all the time when you go out?
that's all I have. Yeah. But it's a N95, but
Oh, that's
well, that's all right then.
You can wear a scarf.
The 95 means you can use it 95 times.
Right.
Well, you can clean the N95, can't you?
they're working on that. They haven't really put out a protocol yet on that.
But you can wear a scarf.
You must be muted.
No, you're not. You want
Now, Jim, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I had 2 really dirty N95 masks, and I put them in the lawn, washed them in the machine, and they came out good.
Really?
Oh, good.
Wow.
It didn't
We
hurt.
also ordered some of those shields that they have.
Oh, that's good to
They're
know.
coming too.
They got tons.
Francis can't believe this.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys, Francis and Stan, do you guys go out and shop?
Stan does.
Stan?
You don't, Francis?
No, I haven't gone out, but Stan
No,
goes early in the morning.
Of course. And I wear my N95 mask.
Did you? No.
Yeah.
Where do people get N95
They haven't
masks?
before.
Had it because we have fire season up here.
Yeah, we had one of fires a year and a half ago.
Working in
All that
He
smoke.
uses a lot for when he goes out and works and stuff. He has a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Stan
If
does.
if you do some painting and woodworking, you're going to have some.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
How's everybody's earthquake emergency kits looking these days?
Looking pretty
Hey.
good.
Mine is awesome. It's always been awesome.
Yeah. If we need it, we'll go to it.
Mine was
have ours.
about 20 years ago.
Are there
Barbara,
masks in them?
what happened to your car? Is it, how, are they fixing it?
Yes.
I destroyed them.
And are they gonna cover it?
No.
No, okay.
I am.
Under your car,
Oh, yeah.
Barbara.
No. We actually got a little bit of a discount from Mercedes. Because we're such good customers.
Car, Barbara.
Well, that's
How's
an
progress on the
endorsement.
house going?
What happened to your car, Barbara?
Nothing.
No, the trunk got caught and into the thing that comes down into the trunk, the
Convertible top.
convertible. And it just something that broke.
Gotcha.
Stuart,
Look at that picture, Stuart. I love it.
That's
Stuart,
his realtor
it's Stuart the
picture.
realtor.
Oh, that's nice. I love that
That's
picture.
him. That's him.
Nice goatee on her,
Really
huh?
decent pictures he's ever taken.
Yeah. Goatee?
Yeah.
I haven't been out.
Nice little goatee, Herb.
Thank you.
I haven't been out of the house either. I've just gone maybe in all this time, maybe on 3 walks. Otherwise, I've been in the house. I have not left.
Oh,
I can't stand it. We have to go at least for a drive or something. I can't be inside the whole time.
Well, they go for walks.
Well, yeah, but we.
He said there only 3 times.
Huh?
And I was down in our garage when Stuart delivered all those groceries when it was raining the other day. So I was out there. But no, I'm staying in.
I walk every day.
Well, I walk on my treadmill.
No, well, Wendy walks outside.
But there's not, I mean, people keep their distance.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of people walking outside when we were going today.
LA is a lot worse than Oregon. Oregon's doing pretty good, they say, compared to a lot of places.
True.
What's her name? What's her name? What's the woman's name with Fauci?
Yeah.
Bricks.
She said that
Bricks.
Oregon was really doing well and a couple of other places.
I mean, in this, she got to move.
Well,
on.
she says California's doing well too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we
No,
are.
really, we're on the bottom. New York has that line up there, but we're really sort of near the bottom. So you have to realize there are a lot of people in California. So we can do very well, and people still like Liz says. And at Kaiser, they're fewer than they expected to be.
And Trump gives California compliments all the time. Yeah. He compliments California all the time.
And Newsom.
Washington too, yeah.
He says he's even gotten to know Newsom, and he's not a bad guy.
Who isn't a bad guy?
He's not a bad guy.
Our governor.
Trump says Newsom's not a bad guy.
That's because he's not saying anything extremely negative.
That's because his son is his ex-wife.
You can't say anything negative about Trump or he'll cut you off.
That's because Trump's son is dating his ex-wife.
What'd you say, Stuart?
I don't know what to do.
I don't know. I think I'm getting to like the guy. See him every single day.
Trump's son is dating Newsom's ex-wife.
Oh.
Is Donald Trump's girlfriend.
They're living together, aren't they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and she's campaigning for Trump, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if she was that way before, she changed, or if she was always that way.
Who?
I can't see that much.
I think it was after Newsom cheated on her.
No. One that's
You can cheat on her, she still doesn't have to become a scumbag.
What's her name?
Betty.
How can I be nicer?
dating.
Oh, she is a scumbag. She's a scumbag.
Well, yeah, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Want to try to use his?
I can't even close out.
Anyway,
You can't see me, can you? Maybe out.
the reverb. Jerry.
Quiet.
Broadway hit. $9.95 a month.
How much are the N95s?
$9.95 a month. You can stream all these Broadway hits. It looks great. This Broadway HD.
You found it?
Yeah, it looks. So you could have you used it?
Yeah, I've watched like three. I don't know if you can see me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw 3 different plays and they were great. And I'm going to watch Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with Jared tomorrow.
Ooh, that's a
Are
goodie.
you doing it per month, or did you do the 99 for a year?
I just got a free month because we had tickets that weren't going to be used. So
They're not offering a free month, Shell? Usually everything's offering a free
$89 a
month
month.
now. Huh? Free month?
Huh?
Are they offering a free month? Almost everybody is.
Yeah, it says
It's free anyway.
choose this plan, $8.99 a month after your free trial.
Right.
I
And
think 3 trials a week.
A week?
But I got a month because of mine.
because I read that they were offering a month, it could be wrong, and that they weren't even taking credit card, because everyone else, when they give you a free month, they take a credit card, and then you have to cancel, and they have your credit card, where they said this one, they're not even taking the credit card, they're just doing it because of the pandemonium. And whatever it is. Because of this virus. Pandemic, that's it. It's not pandemonium.
There is pandemonium
about the
because-
pandemic.
Yeah.
You texted and told me you need to work.
There's a lot of good stuff. This like,
What are they showing?
oh, there's a lot of
Showing
stuff.
our first roses of the season.
I mean, there's a lot of good stuff here.
See our
Yeah,
first
read
roses?
us some, Shell.
Okay,
Jerry, do you
Sleepy
see?
Lake.
Our first roses of the season.
What time is it?
Kinky Boots, Miss Saigon, which was great.
I
Falsetto.
saw that with you, Shell, remember?
Yeah, that's right. Falsetto, Daddy Longway, Maisie.
Come on, Leah.
I saw Anne, which is about Anne Richardson.
Carousel.
about Ann Richardson,
Right.
Governor of Texas. That was
Right.
great.
Yes.
There's a one-woman play.
One woman show?
Fabulous.
We'll investigate it.
All right. All right.
All right.
Are we about ready to sign off?
I'm ready.
I think so.
Can't do it until our hero Stuart is back.
Host.
Hero
Yes,
and host.
Hero host, HH.
You don't have to wait for him.
I'll leave the meeting and then he comes back and says, where's everybody?
When he left, nobody else was interested in continuing.
Right.
All right. Well, it was really
Hey,
nice.
we could talk about it when they go.
It was wonderful seeing all of you.
If people drop off one by one, we can talk about them as they go.
Here he is. Okay,
You
good.
know what? I do have to warn everybody.
Yes.
Stuart is recording this.
That's okay.
Oh, the whole thing?
Including
The whole thing.
What's he gonna
What's he
do?
gonna do with it?
Why?
They ask you, who's it?
Why?
Ask him.
You can watch us on
Well, it
YouTube.
says recording right there.
I know, this is so exciting.
I'll do that.
Nobody's
One
gonna.
day, decades from now, there's going to be another generation. I'm going to say, Jeremy and Jared and Ariana and Leah, what are you talking about with these people? And then we will have it.
The making.
We'll have captured the essence of all of us. It's totally awesome. I'm glad we're able to make it here. So
Thank you.
next year
Great,
in West Hills, how's that?
And the fabulous new house.
New house.
yes.
Okay. L'chaim, everyone.
L'chaim.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
What are you doing?
Bye.
Could you take a picture?
You know how to do legal.
Now, Stuart, do you turn this off?
No, we